Hello, my little fantasy nerds, and please join us for another episode of Dungeon Crawlers,
Dungeon Crawlers.
where another party member snaps and kills an entire helpless person. Anyways, the group made their way into the... I should have had it up.
Dreadmire Keep.
Oh, thank you. The Dreadmire Keep, where the Obsidian Eyes' secret hidden swamp fortress lie. They proceeded to infiltrate, kill many guards easily. I feel you, Kaz. I feel you. Secretly make their way very stealthily over the course of about an hour and a half in-game, only for one party member to all of a sudden hulk out and challenge a giant minotaur in the yard. Morn. As they do battle... Oh yeah, it was you. You jumped down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't shake your head at me.
Yeah, I'd take credit.
As they did battle with this giant hulking mass of a creature, one of the party members was taken down, Alyssa, as she was rammed into a wall and took repeated blows. The party scrambled, and the mess that they made managed to make a turnaround and turn it on Minas and Remo. They managed to turn, slaying the Minotaur in the act. As he died, he mentioned a name to Freya that rung home but didn't rung home, and she had a little hard time putting it together. In the meantime, the other party members took care of Remo, the sickly-looking goth wizard. After this battle, they managed to find their way into the lower portions of this keep, finding a torture / almost a breaking area where the slaves and or where they had these people brought to break them, basically getting them ready to be sold, be enslaved, be killed, you're not really sure. You also found a smaller portion of this area that was set up that seemed to be secluded to just elves. And for some reason, experiments were being done. Some curious and weird in nature, some almost mechanical of some sort, and some magical. Two of the individuals, it seemed like the blood was almost being siphoned from their body and stored in canisters. You found a scientist, doctor, you're unsure, down there and began to question him, gleaming bits and pieces of information. Freeing these individuals, Freya did come across a very, very old elven one that had seemed to be almost sawed in half and reattached to some kind of mechanical legs, and was not faring very well. In some kind of broken elven, she heard some names and recognized some names. The names of a father and a mother long past. The group freed most of the individuals and helped others leave this plane of existence in a nicer manner than what was given to them. As the group left the Dreadmire Keep, one certain party member decided to set it ablaze. As they walk into the jungle swamp, as the behind them roars and begins to engulf the entire keep.
No regrets.
As the group leads into the swamp with two carts.
This girl is on fire.
This girl is on... Okay, no, sorry. as the group leads into the swamp.
Taking the headset off.
I can hit those high notes, babe. I can hit those high notes. As the group goes into the swamp, you have 2 carts with, I would say, probably about, can't remember the exact number that I said. I want to say it was somewhere around 15 to 20.
I think so. That sounds about right.
Individuals that you had saved. Most of them very broken, very tired, wounded, very just out of it.
Everybody's pretty run down in the
Yeah.
freed slaves department.
Yeah, I was leading that. I was leading the horse or whatever.
Mm.
I attacked it and convinced us. And I think we're just gonna. I had the map kind of wrong at the end of last episode, but yeah, I think we're just heading straight north, right? That's kind of the.
Just try to get out of the swamp.
That's a guess. At least toward the outside.
Yeah, I think so. If I remember the map correctly. Then again, we don't know exactly where we are in that sort of section of the swamp.
No, but just away from Scornsfeld.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we can. Well, we're gonna have to rest here soon.
Do you know which way Skarnsvold is, though? That's the kicker.
I have a guess on which side of the edge of the swamp kind of goes like this, right? And then Scornsveld's over here. So I have an idea if we go north, we'll at least not be getting closer to it. Or we could risk it. We could go straight west and then rely totally on the portal. Kaz might need to get some rest first. But...
Hey.
They're not likely to find us there, though.
Well, I think either way, if we go north or west, we're still going through a lot of swamp, but at least it's not in the direction of Scornsvold. Those are probably our 2 best options.
I don't want to get too close to the river either. The last time we were in that part, that baby almost killed us.
A baby what now?
Oh, you're right. You weren't a baby. I think it was a Hydra.
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh, that's right.
Not a happy customer, I imagine.
I'd hate to see its mama.
Yeah, let's avoid that. North it is.
So, the both of you roll a survival check. Just to see if you know which way north is.
That's fair.
Does Outlander help with that?
It would if there wasn't something wrong with this swamp.
Fair enough.
17.
Oh my god.
Andre, you are very confused and not sure which way is north. Morn, you have a general idea and you think if the way that you're going right now, if you take a hard left, you'll head north.
Are the trees in this swamp particularly mossy at all?
I mean, they're mossy all around.
Really?
There's something wrong with this swamp.
Yeah.
They don't grow on the north side, huh?
I feel like part of the survival check would be us looking for stuff like that.
Correct.
True. I didn't know if I specified.
Well, when I take in the survival checks, I take in all of that. So that you're kind of looking for little things that might give you a general idea of which way to go. But there's just something wrong about this swamp in general that your normal things that you would use to guide you aren't working so well.
You can't really navigate by the sky, I assume, because it's cloudy
thick.
here.
No, it's not even cloudy. You can't even see the top.
Oh wow.
The canopy is like dense. Like you don't see sky. The only reason you know it's day versus night is the sounds of certain creatures and the fact that every so often you can see like little rays of sunlight.
So it is daytime now?
No. It's like real early in the morning.
Make sure you enable the ray tracing so that you can see the sun.
Yeah.
RTX on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I would say it's probably like 4 in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. So no way. Fair. Just looking at my option.
Mhm. What are you doing?
I'm just
You have-
thinking, like,
You have 2 cards worth of people, and it's probably around 3, 4 in the morning, incredibly early. And probably about 500 feet behind you now is a roaring bonfire. And bonfire is an understatement.
I think we need to have left here, avoid Scornfall, and I'm gonna start kind of steering the horses in that direction.
Well, at least one of us has a sense of where we need to go.
Yeah.
You don't
It won't
sound
be
too
long. It
sure.
won't be long before the Obsidian Eye is out searching the swamp.
Whatever the case, we need to put some distance between this place that is now on fire and ourselves.
For sure. And you guys do your magic and clean up these tracks.
Yeah, I'll be casting prestidigitation as we move to try and conceal the tracks.
Same.
And what was that, Alyssa? You kind of got...
Are you not
Oh.
able to cast that one spell anymore?
Hmm?
You know, the one that makes us all stealthy?
I can. Should we be trying to be more stealthy right now?
Well, it erases tracks, doesn't it?
Oh, wait a second.
Well, that'll work on all of us if we grouped close enough together.
Ooh, can't be tracked except by magical means. Leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. Ah! Why, thank you, Ray.
Seems pretty handy.
The others may have some magical ability, but at least we killed the wizard, so...
Well, I'll still be
Aye.
casting prestidigitation just to cover the tracks, but yeah, knowing that, I will cast Pass Without a Trace as well, just to give us a little extra stealthy edge.
Okay, everybody who wants to roll stealth.
$25. So 35.
Yeah, as long as the Obsidian Eye doesn't still have those tracking beacons.
Nice one,
That's a
Pin.
nice roll.
Does a 37 pass?
Yes. Oh, this, yeah. Okay. You guys feel pretty stealthy. And I'll roll a general stealth check for the cart.
Mead. Add 10 to it.
Okay. So you guys begin to stealthily make your way through the swamp, heading in a northern type path.
Hopefully.
Okay. Roll survival checks
Can I
at
try to help him
disadvantage.
out?
Okay, so then straight survival checks.
Okay.
Nice.
So 3.
Did you want one from everyone?
No, just Morn.
Okay.
Or whoever, whoever you just choose survival.
I'm just helping him so he gets straight rolls instead of disadvantage.
Yep. Even
those
though
aren't bad. Those aren't bad.
We've got 3 nat 20s already.
Yo!
okay, actually you have 4 because if you count 2 of pings, no, it's 3. Yeah, so 2 of pings and then
Let's
Man,
just go
Ping.
back and kill the rest of the guys if we're gonna do it.
I was gonna say you might as well.
Well, now all of our rolls are gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might as well just wait for the rest of the group and just unleash Ping on them.
This is unnecessary. It's only downhill here.
It's only gonna be downhill.
Here we go.
Good night, stream.
So you guys begin to make your way through the swamp. Morn, you've become more accustomed to the swamp, and you've begun to pick up tiny little cues. You notice certain parts of the pathway are mushier than others, and you know that that's not actually part of the path, and it's more of plants kind of hiding, waiting for certain prey to make their way by. And you look for ways to trigger it to basically make it retreat into its bulb per se. You notice certain pathways are clearer than other pathways. You begin to use portions of the trees to guide yourself, and you notice certain branches actually lean a certain way, creating makeshift paths, kind of almost guiding points. And as you watch the animals have actually used that as a way to find the best paths. Almost like the trees create a maze.
Of relatively safe paths for
Possibly,
most
yeah.
animals.
Because as you watch, you look in other directions, and if you watch, as you stay and you wait for like the rest of the group and the carts to pass you, and you intently watch the trees, every like 5 minutes or so, it seems like the trees shift and create like another safer path. And you immediately take a right turn off of the path that you were on, following this new path. You're keeping a northern-ish type direction, but as you stop and you take the time now, you've realized the trees are constantly moving and creating different paths. Almost like they're thinking in some sort.
Does it feel like we're making meaningful progress?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You haven't seen the same area twice. You've kept away from like these like the large, almost bog sunken in type water recessed areas. The path seems, and it's large enough for carts and most people to walk by. You guess, as you look at the paths, it does look like it's well traversed by certain animals, like recently. And you're able to pick up. You're not able to pick out like the exacts of the animals that have gone through here, but you get the gist. A lot of it is like deer or smaller creature, rabbits and whatnot. Creatures that would be obviously choosing safer paths. And you lead over the course of the next couple of hours. You begin to see the basks of daylight as 4-5 hours go by, and in front of you, about 500 feet, you see a bright, blinding light. And as you continue forward, 250 feet, 200 feet, 150 feet, you notice it's the end of the swamp. And it opens into a large, open, green pasture of type thing.
Like kind of open rolling grasslands.
But doing so, and traveling through the night like this, avoiding any dangers, with very high survival rolls, you all take a point of exhaustion, for one.
Yeah.
Because you've gone basically 24 hours at this point.
Yeah. Why am I?
But as you come
frightened?
through, as you come through and out of this jungle, you watch as the trees almost like bend away from you, creating like a path, like a circular path. And before you is just a open, rolling green fields for miles as far as you can see.
Well, we made more progress than I ever thought we could in the swamp. So that's. I never thought we'd actually see the outside again.
Good job there, navigator.
I mean, your survival checks are really high.
Take those. Guess I'll try and get a sense of where we are. Look to see if we can. Obviously, the obvious ones would be like the river, city, or anything that we saw on the way in. Probably those three things.
Yeah, look
Okay.
at the landmarks that we might have seen before.
So make perception checks, whoever want to make perception checks. There we go, Kaz. Per the normal.
Oh, poor kid.
And they should all be with disadvantage, by the way.
Oh, true.
Hmm.
So let's see, I got here.
Fuck.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yeah, Andre, you did so well. So,
Did so well, but
Andre,
then disadvantage.
We still have our passive perceptions, right?
I mean,
I got
So-
the highest at 16.
yep. So
I could try my new eye.
I hate to admit it, but Kaz, you're absolutely right.
that's
I can-
Disadvantage thing.
if you want to ping, yeah.
I can see up to a mile away as if it's close by.
So
If that helps.
I'm gonna roll down my
Oh yeah, with your totem ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to ping?
Do you have physical totems
Okay,
or anything?
so you
like
guys, you guys watch as you guys are just fried. Alyssa, you're the only one that you're pretty tired, but you're able to kind of, you're used to this like hunter be hunted type feel, and you managed to get up and actually get a pretty good lay of the land. But Ping steps up next to you, and he pulls back the blindfold or the like scarf type deal that's over the left eye, and you guys watch as all of a sudden a eye snaps into place and begins just like looking all around, mechanical inseams,
This
begins
man
to
just
look.
turned into Mad Eye Moody, bro.
and begins to like look around,
Hell
and you
yeah.
see around the eyelid is almost split in two, and the large like wound continues forward and all the way down the cheek.
Bad ass.
I'll be like,
Freaky, you're super quiet for me.
Yeah, a little bit.
can you hear me better?
Yeah,
Did
that is
you
better.
did you turn your voice volume down in Discord?
Yeah, because it was everything was getting picked up in my background.
You might have to turn it up.
So the rest of you
How's
are
that?
only. That's better.
Just let me know if it's too much.
Okay.
No, you're good, man.
So before Ping does any of this, the rest of you come out and you try to get a lay of the land, and all you see are just open, rolling fields. Alyssa, you take off at kind of a small jog. You're extremely tired, but you want a lay of the land. And you do find a small rolling hill, and you manage to get on top of it and kind of do a 360 and scan the area. You do notice, not too far to your east, you do notice a large, like extremely large city. And then as for ping, I can't remember what we agreed upon on that. It gives you advantage, correct?
Yeah, kind of like.
Yeah, so the 17. So, you take off following Alyssa, noticing she is, she looks like she's trying to get some kind of vantage point or see a little better. As the rest of the group, is just kind of, they're looking around, but you can tell they're just fried, and they're just trying to just basically scan their immediate areas. You follow her up on top of the hill as she's kind of looking around in all directions, and you kind of glance over her right shoulder and notice the large city to your east, and you immediately recognize it as it's pretty much where you grew up, but it's Skarnsvold. And you seem to be right about there.
Wait, point at that again. I'm sorry.
You're kind of at that little that hill.
Alright, you said to the east, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna. Who's on the hill? Henri,
Alyssa.
or Alyssa? I'm sorry. Alyssa.
But I don't think you've ever. No,
Oh, yeah.
you've never met her, so you know who she is.
Oh yeah. Hey.
asshole.
Hey, you. Stranger.
She looks in your direction.
Looks like we need to go east. The city's this way. Skornswald.
She nods.
And I look back at the rest of the party and try to get their attention.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be looking for any sort of place to rest at this point. But
I mean, it is, other than this like small-ish hill. It's not even like a giant. It's almost like a little hobbit hill. It's just like a little oomph, but all around you in all directions, just open rolling fields.
If we're gonna try to bed down for a rest, I would suggest maybe camping out in the edge of the tree line. That way, at least we're out of sight.
yeah. Bing, do you see anything up there?
Yeah, I see Skornsvold to the east.
Wait, we're close enough to see Skarnsville?
I am.
Huh.
Can you see? Can you not see it?
I'm assuming I can't.
Mm-mm.
If we're close enough that we can see Skarnsville, we're way farther east than we wanted to be.
I mean, it's not like incredibly close. Like when you get up on this little top of the hill with Ping and Alyssa,
Well, we can-
I mean, it's a ways off, but it's a large city.
But it's a.
You
but it's
can
a
see
landmark.
it from quite a
Correct.
ways away. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
that big.
I mean, if you, yeah, it's huge. I mean, for
Okay.
those that have seen Skarnsvold, you know what the Tower of Six looks like. I mean, it is a giant, like skyscraping type tower.
So if I climb up on the hill, could I see it with my eagle sight?
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
no, they pointed it out.
yeah, you're able to see it now that
Okay.
they've pointed it out. You just weren't able to see it to begin with.
I mean,
I'm
are we trying to get these refugees safe or?
Well, many of them are elves. They can't go to
Yeah,
Skornsvold.
they're not going to be safe there. In fact, we'd probably be in a lot of danger if somebody were to roll by and see us carrying a cart, 2 carts of magical creatures.
Yeah.
elves.
Yeah,
I'm
Skornsvold's
sure lizard
not
men are.
supposed to go.
I'm assuming
But we
lizard men
could
are attacked as well.
But I feel like if we keep the city to the right of us, we could be heading north.
I mean, we're exhausted, and look at the prisoners. I mean,
Fun.
they can't travel anymore.
All right, so I guess we will rest then.
I think we need to hide in the tree line.
Aye,
See if you're.
I can try to camouflage us as best we can, Freya, if you'd like to help me.
Yeah.
We have an advantage that there's no way they tracked us. There's no way they can track us from that fort.
Well, at least not by following our footsteps.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the trackers? I hope those
Do
don't
it.
still work.
No.
Did you guys ever tell me about the trackers? I forget.
I don't think so. Maybe.
I feel like this
No.
question's come up before.
I
Yeah.
feel like we probably have. I mean, we would have discussed it with Jupiter before.
You
No, but he
discussed
was
it
never-
with Jupiter, but Andre was
Okay.
never around for any of that.
Yeah, I doubt we
Okay,
would have
then
went
yeah.
into detail. That was way before.
What's this about
Actually, well,
trackers?
I still have one.
You
Can-
wait. You have a way for them to find us on your person at this very moment.
It's
No,
been so long.
I don't think
Could
that
you
the
take out
device,
the tracker?
The device is a tracking device. I think that our persons are trackable with the device.
Right.
So do you
have our
tri-
blood, right?
do you
we
take
can check.
yeah? Do you
We
take
can
it out?
check the tracker. Should we check? I think I still have mine.
I think I have
You
one
should check.
too. I don't remember. I think I can't remember.
Yeah, I have one.
I don't remember who had
Yeah.
which, like who had which colors. I think
I'll
I
reach
had.
into my
I think
bag
I
and
had the red one.
Search around for it. It's buried at the bottom under a bunch of junk.
Is there any possible chance that the people that might be coming after us for what we did to their lovely little fort, would they have one of these that could find every single one of us?
Most likely.
They haven't been tracking us for months now, though. At least not that we're aware of.
I think they need your blood to track you.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
But-
Unfortunately, we don't really know how they work. We do know that different colors seem to be attached to different people. I think the red one was for Morn. I think the blue one was for Kaz, and the green one was for me. I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Blue Kaz, red Morn, purple Ping. And
Oh, that's
then
right.
Must be green for you.
Ping had a color too. That's right.
Those are the 4 colors I have written
I
down.
think the tracker that I had was red. But I don't remember. I can't find it in my notes.
I have written down blue.
That bit of information would have been nice to know before now, where it could put us in a, imperiled situation.
Yeah, we kind of
But,
forgot about it. We got so used to just assuming they were following us, and then for months now they haven't been. And
but if I remember, there's the actual, the actual thing that finds the person is what we have.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't have it's not like there's a tracking.
That doesn't
device
stop them,
on
though.
us.
Remember, they can cast locate object on it and specify them as the objects.
Correct.
So holding on to them is still dangerous.
Correct.
Well, it only works if they're really
Yeah.
close, right?
Also, like I said, they haven't been looking for us. I'm not sure that
That we
anyone
know. We've also been in
knows it
Jupiter.
was us that was at the fort.
We may not have been very accessible to them before. Or we were too
Hmm.
far away. Now we're in their neck of the woods. Things could change.
We just have to be on our guard. There's no way we walk these people back to Jupiter. Unless we can
Okay.
somehow get a message and have someone else teleport us, not Kaz.
What about Canby? To the teleportation
Can we
circle
make it to
in
Canby? I'm
I remember
not even
Canby
sure I
not
could
being
make
very
it to Canby
far.
without resting for a little here.
Well,
And
I
these prisoners that have been,
agree that we should rest.
I don't know, can we send a message? Can someone from Jupiter teleport us?
We're not going to
Beam
be
me
able
up,
to get a
Scotty.
message there.
So, my first question. Did you guys take out the trackers?
No.
No. Okay.
So I was looking through my bag. I just don't remember which color. I think I had the red one, because it's the last note I have. The one that was blinking.
My note says, blue blinks for Kaz, green blinks for Freya, purple blinks for Ping, and red blinks for me.
Correct. And
That's what I have in my notes.
I think I had acquired one that was blinking red.
Which targets me.
Correct. So I would have been going through my bag. If I had found it, I would have pulled it out.
Okay. So you pull it out?
Yeah.
It's blank.
Well, that
Doesn't
solves
seem to
that problem.
Doesn't seem to be working anymore.
Should I
That's
be
a good-
reassured
that's a good
by
thing,
that?
right?
I mean, I don't know the inner workings of how these devices work, but they were blinking before, and they're not anymore. This one
Maybe
was
going to
blinking
hell
when
and
it was
back,
close to
broke
Morn.
it.
And we're close to him right now, and it's not blinking. So maybe it wears off over time?
Forgive
Maybe
me
going to hell and
for
back.
feeling a little bit of a hair-raising feeling from all that information just now coming to light that you could have been tracked this entire fucking time. I think we all just need to
Minor
rest.
detail. Sorry about that.
Yes, minor detail.
We've had them for
Listen.
so long, kind of forgot about them.
All of you, get some rest for a few hours. I'll keep watch.
No, I will. Ping steps in.
No. I only have to rest for 4 hours anyway.
I've had plenty of rest in that cell.
Well, you fight amongst yourselves. I'm going to sleep.
I'm low on hit points, so I'm definitely not going to argue with taking a rest.
Before we go to sleep, I would like to construct some sort of improvised camouflage netting over the carts and our immediate surroundings if I can.
And
Okay.
I'll help with that.
Let's see.
So at
With
advantage.
Where is it?
Well, this
With hide in plain sight. I don't know if I can.
But it would be at advantage, so it'd be just a straight roll because Freya's helping.
Well, it says you can spend 1 minute creating camouflage. Well, for yourself from naturally occurring materials. I don't know if that would apply to this at all. Because it just says you can get a +10 bonus to stealth checks as long as you don't move.
Sound like that's only for you, though.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a survival check. Then.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Just a straight roll because Freya's helping.
Got it.
Negative
Fuck.
1.
Roll the 2.
Okay.
It
You
appears
feel-
to be in good condition.
You feel like you've constructed a very stealthy cropping.
And we decided to go back into the swamp, right? We're 100
You guys are-
yards in.
As far as
We're,
the way you explained it to me was you were at the tree line, but you were on the inside of the tree line.
Yeah.
So
we have
on the
cover
above
from the
us-
trees,
Yeah.
but we're
yeah,
not too far in.
Right. So someone above us wouldn't necessarily see it. Someone on the outside could probably see us.
Not sure.
Yeah, right. I'm just thinking.
Correct. As far as you're aware, yes.
Well, Marn is gonna kind of head over near the prisoners that we rescued and kind of just lie down with them and tell them to get some rest and try and set an example that you can sleep.
Okay.
We're in good company.
prop up against a tree and pass the fuck out.
So Big Morn, tired, exhausted, walks over to the prisoners. Sleep, and just like lays down next to them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you all begin to take rest, and Ping, you're gonna do first wash, correct?
Right.
Roll a d20 for me.
I mean, I was gonna stay up anyway. Do the hide in plain sight for myself and just make me look like a bush or something.
Okay.
This is Fortnite.
So as long as I stay hidden, I have plus 10 bonus to stealth.
And then Ping doesn't have disadvantage, right? Or does he have exhaustion too?
He has exhaustion, but he has a certain feature right now that is allowing him to roll
that's
straight.
Right. That's right.
I feel like a
Okay.
39 makes me a pretty convincing bush.
Huh? What's
does a
that?
39? Does a 39 on stealth make me a pretty convincing bush?
I mean, you're rolling a disadvantage, so
Unfortunately, a deer does come up to
37.
you.
Then a
Expecting you to do
37?
good.
Yeah.
yeah. So yes, it's still pretty good. Even as tired as you are, you're just like, just hide next to a little bush. So
I rolled the d20. I just
okay, sounds good. You begin to rest, and as the night goes on, can you play battle music for me? No, I'm just kidding.
Roll initiative.
If nothing really of
Roll
note,
initiative. No,
if nothing really of note happens in the first 4 hours, then Henri will just slip into her trance.
Or just the classic. Does a 22 hit?
what? So, the night goes on for the most part
The morning.
uneventful. It is early morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you guys got out of the swamp early morning.
Like
I mean, it was
sunrise.
4 in the morning, so you guys got out of the swamp around 8 a.m.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you guys came out as day was breaking. So you guys all came out and you're like, just like dying. You lay down. So for the most part, Ping, the swamp doesn't move very much because most of the scary shit is sleeping right now. So you manage to keep an eye out into the field and in the swamp behind you. Roll a perception check for me.
Can I help him if this is happening while I'm still awake?
The 19 doesn't count for the perception check.
No, that's just something else.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
12.
So, with a 12, you just barely make it out. But you watch as several patrols from Skarnsvold, miles away, but with the eye, you watch as 12 small dots take off from the top of Skarnsvold and fly off in a northwestern direction.
Towards us.
Northwestern.
So more towards like Port Perval
Can't
kind
be.
of area.
No,
Northwestern.
Port Thromgard area.
We're right here, right?
Yeah, west is
Yeah.
like this way. So, yeah.
Wait, no, you're right. I was thinking northeast.
And they do a large loop. And about 30 minutes later, you watch as they circle around the bottom side of Skarnsvold and head east, northeastern-ish.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep my eye on them, make sure they don't come our way.
Okay.
And
Who's
then I'll-
next?
Well, did we set an order or what?
No.
I'm just gonna go. Did I see Henri sneak into a bush?
Nope.
You'd
No. Andre is just like you
I've
don't
been
see
watching.
Andre at all. Yeah. You just turn around and you don't even see eyes. She is. She's just gone.
I'm gonna
Andre has
look
mastered the
around.
art of standing so still he is invisible.
Yeah.
I have mastered the art of standing so still. that I become invisible to the mortal eye.
Yeah. You know, you have no idea. You have no idea. You thought you were
As
the
I
only
put
one
a chip in my mouth.
Yeah.
a chip.
Or a
Yeah.
piece of jerky or something. I don't know. What would be
it's
my
actually
ration.
it's actually a buffalo chip. You're trying to get that protein.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep. It's hearty.
I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna see Kaz sleeping. I'm gonna go put my hand on her shoulder and shake her.
Do I see him doing this?
Oh yeah, you watch him walk right by you.
Before he
Not
like
violently.
actually gets to Kaz, I'll be like, I can wake her in a few hours.
I'm gonna be like, have you even slept?
No, but I get my rest in half the time as you folk.
And when do you plan on resting? You plan on resting?
Yeah,
Okay. I'll trust.
just letting everyone else get a little fresher.
I'll trust her, and I'll go to sleep.
'Kay.
I go sit by the tree, and I'll cover my eye and go to sleep.
You pull the large leather strap back over the left eye, and you watch as he kind of like braces himself against the tree and just kind of and gone.
Neat little thing you got there, by the way.
He's sleeping.
Pass.
Make a
I'll tell
perception
him
check on Ray.
so. At disadvantage.
Uh-oh. Here come the tubes.
Yeah.
You don't notice much of anything. The watch goes by uneventful.
Alright. I'll go and just kind of gently roust Kaz.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Kaz needs her spell slots back. I'll wake Freya instead.
Don't rely on Kaz
Shit.
for perception.
I can't
Well,
meta.
I only did 4 hours.
I can't meta, but I really needed the long rest.
You'll still get a long rest.
Yeah,
The watch-
you can. Yeah, as
You're
long
not.
as
Oh, really?
Watch shifts count as long rest. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Because it's
Excellent.
as long as you're like chilling and you're not like fighting shit, you're resting.
Okay.
well, and as long as you don't do like two back to back.
Yeah. Unless you're an elf, then you can do 2 back to back. Look at it, but
Unless you're not. I mean, I don't.
Okay, so feel free to wake me then. Sorry.
yeah, Kaz just needs her beauty sleep. You know, so she could cast those portals for us.
Sorry,
I'll go wake Freya.
Sorry if Martin's snoring is a little loud. Keeping
I'll
people
get up. And
Just
pat Henri on the shoulder.
I just pick somebody else in a couple hours,
Alright, get some rest.
and I'll lean up against the tree and just enter my trance.
Freya, roll a perception check.
Disadvantage still? Or do I have my official long rest now?
Yep. Nope.
Shit.
You notice the same group of, or not, not the same, but you notice a patrol leave the east gate of Skarnsvold and begin heading along like the path here. They seem like they're heading northward. And they're you don't see exactly what they are. You just notice that they are dark black.
Okay. I'll just keep my eyes on them to make sure they don't appear to notice us or anything.
after that, the rest of your event goes uneventful. Watch, not event.
An uneventful
Your event is uneventful.
Your event is very eventing to the event uneventful.
That.
Do we need another watch, or are we good with 3?
One more.
I'm going to walk up to Alyssa and very cautiously whisper, instead of like pushing her, I'm just gonna, or like nudging her, and then be like, Alyssa,
What is it?
would you mind taking watch so I can get a little bit more rest?
Very well.
Thanks. I'm gonna prop back up against a tree and go back to sleep.
Alyssa, roll a perception check.
There must be a lot of trees here.
We're right at the
Yeah, I
forest
mean,
edge.
you're
We
near
are
the
in-
swamp.
We're in the edge of the tree line there.
So, nothing happens for the vast majority of your watch as it's kind of getting into that late afternoon. But towards the end of the late afternoon, you do see far of the city, you see 6 or 7 maybe somethings in the sky, and you see almost like a large like bundle or mass below it. And you see it come into the north side of the building and then begin to descend.
Okay.
And on that note, Henri, GM whispers, please.
Okay.
That's never a good sign.
Nope.
That can only be bad.
BRB real quick.
That's bad.
It can only be bad or like something really good, but it's got to be one or the other.
It's Ginge. I'm not expecting anything really good.
Really good. Yo,
Sure, it could be about. It could be about something.
are y'all having a
Oh.
hard time hearing me?
No,
No, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
You sound good.
at the very start I did, but not now.
At the beginning, it just sounded like there's a rave happening on the floor above you. But that sounds good now.
I'm on the floor above.
Oh.
That's because I was raving, so that's
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you heard my rave.
I'm back. Anything exciting with facial expressions?
No, I'm just
Ginger
trying to
was-
rip lead.
Ginger was
Lip
waving
read.
his hands in the air.
I
Like
guess I
that,
should
then-
have been watching.
He was like trying. He was like almost like measuring something, like how big it is. Now he's making a fireball.
As long as you don't see initiative rolls, then hey.
Looks like he's explaining to him how to do a pour over coffee. But I guess Andre's just trying to stay awake during the watch. That's my guess.
Too bad none of us have the observant feat and could lip read.
I saw a post the other day that was like, if you could take, one or two D&D feats in real life, what would you take? I was like, man, that's a good question.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look at some feats here.
But because a lot of the ones that you would take in game, I wouldn't care for, and I don't go to combat in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like something like Lucky Feet, like you just need
Yeah.
something to go right, and it just goes right. But that sounds pretty wonderful.
Or the expertise one, where you basically get like the rogue's expertise.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
that's cool.
How would something like the spell ones work? Like, could you learn a spell, or is that just like it doesn't really make sense?
Well, that was somebody said, yeah, that would be cool, but like none of the combat spells would be great, and you'd want to do something that you can do kind of in hidden, right? Like you wouldn't, if you're doing it out in public where everyone can see, like you're gonna get some unwanted attention.
Yeah, you're like they're just gonna be militarized or killed.
Yeah. But like mending, prestidigitation,
Amending is probably top of the list for like most useful spells.
yeah.
Really.
Unseen servant would be great.
I think prestidigitation would be really fun.
Yeah.
Mhm. I wonder what tough means in real life. Your HP increases by amount equal to twice your level.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Like for lucky, what is a roll? Is a roll like anything you do during the day? You know what I mean? Or like
I think lucky. I'm imagining like you try to do something and you mess it up, but like you get lucky and it still works out. Like
Okay.
like you're shooting a basketball, it hits off the top of the backboard, but still manages
goes
to
back
like
in.
yeah. Like that.
So, Alyssa, as you spot these creatures coming in from the north side and almost seeming to land towards the city or descend, Henri, your eyes just flash open. I really should probably not be doing that in GM Whispers because I totally forgot that the rest of the stream can't hear me.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Duly
That's
noted for
alright.
next time. I apologize, stream. I always forget that just because I'm so used to not streaming, even though we've been doing it for how many months now. I will stop doing that.
Or you could just take me with you.
That's
And
true.
I'll plug my ears, but the stream can hear then.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
you can take your headphones off or something.
Duly noted for next time.
That's
That's actually a really good idea.
The rest of us should just go to a different room. Oh no, but no, Frey has to stay in here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Or
matter.
Now we can just bad lip reading over what you were saying the whole time.
Yeah, we
That's
figured you were
perfectly fine
talking
with
about
me.
how to do a pour over coffee.
Some fun stuff.
Yeah,
That's what
and,
Kaz thought.
and I was just sitting there like,
It
Yes,
sounds
and then-
delicious.
And then you pour the coffee in.
Yeah, but you have to swirl it. Anyways, your eyes immediately flash open, and it's daylight. Not what you're used to. You're used to coming to at 4 a.m.
Suppository.
and the
Yeah.
sun's still down. Jesus Christ. Anyways, you come to, and you just kind of take it back. You all have gained a full rest,
Oh, thank God.
so you guys can do that. Yeah, I know it's like the first day, the first time in a day and a half.
I have
Yeah.
no
The entire
HP
last
left.
session,
It's been like 3 sessions since we had a long
Yeah.
rest, it feels like.
for sure.
So much happened in that fort.
Oh, feels good. Get all my shit back. Get my
Ugh.
HP back.
Let's get back to Jupiter.
Anything happen while I was out?
You seem out of breath. Did anything happen to you?
I
I had a dream about a walking turtle.
walking
It was a
turtle.
standing turtle. It was like, think like the turtle man, but like an actual turtle on its back.
On its back legs. Really?
Well, it wasn't a handstand.
I had the same dream, but he walked on his front legs.
Yeah, me too. That's why I was so out of breath.
I didn't have a dream about a turtle.
I'm gonna give Kaz a weird look back. I don't believe her.
So,
But a small part of you does.
Yeah, that's not part it does.
Cass,
Insight roll.
I have a small request.
Okay.
That stone thingy you had.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see that?
Sure. I'll take it out of my bag, hand it over. I'll try to hide the reluctancy on my face.
I'm not going to
Okay.
take it from you. I just want to look at it.
Yeah, no, it's no big deal. It's whatever.
It's whatever, but it's not.
If I do hold on to it, you know where I sleep. So
It's whatever.
You take the object, and it almost just faintly pulses, almost like vibrates, like a hum.
does it remind me of one of the four?
It's pretty fucking identical.
Oh.
Hmm. I'll just sit there with it for a minute. Just holding on to it. I don't know what I'm trying to do, just get a feel for it, I guess, somehow.
Gollum.
I discovered that.
Give us this precious.
I'm just waiting for Kaz to just lose her shit.
Yeah, no, you can hold it. The precious.
Maybe you should rub
No,
it.
I'm just sitting there with it in my hands. I'm just kind of
Rubbing it.
Yeah, Anya
Yeah.
discovered vibrators.
feeling it up.
Jesus.
Bobo turned me on to that.
Bobo turns everybody on to everything.
That's
He's
all
a
Anya's got left.
But yes, it looks almost. They're all what you saw. They were all slightly different, but basically the same.
Right. It gives me that same kind of feel of what those were like to see.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
Right then.
do you know what that is?
What are you doing, Andre?
Ginge,
Well,
Yes. What?
I'd like to remind you that I lived 300 years, so there might be some things I don't know that I know. Just wanted to throw that back out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this falls into
Um,
that, but just I wanted to remind you about that little fact that I lived the 3 lifetimes in 3 different whatever.
Yep. I remember.
Okay. So you might just have to clue me in if there's something I should know that I don't out of character know.
Yeah.
I just forgot about that.
So sorry. What'd you say there, Cass?
I was just asking if you got any insight or found what you were looking for.
And if you're finished with it, so I can have it back.
Well, I thought I recognized it, and I wanted to be sure that I knew what it was. It's fairly obvious from the way that she's acting that she's not telling you the whole truth. Like, she's not a good liar.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But she'll just
Have it back.
hand it back. Okay. Thanks for letting me see it.
I don't notice anything different about it when I take it back.
Nope. Still the same.
What was that all about, Andre?
She seems to kind of like palm it and like roll it around in her hands and like
Eyes
really
closed.
stare at it. Yep.
Yeah. Like staring at it, but then like just Hmm.
Hmm.
You thought you recognized it. What did it remind you of?
I had a dream. Maybe it was a vision. I'm not really sure. Whatever it was, it just seemed so real and well, I may have to go into a bit of an explanation about something. I don't want to waste time.
Once we get back to Jupiter, we can reconvene.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Is everyone of the civilians, I guess, for lack of a better word, are they all up or are some of them still asleep?
Some are still asleep and just barely starting to rouse now.
So I'll just say to Andre, hey, some of the crew is still,
I would have been kind of talking
still
with them.
catching their Z's, so maybe we have some time. I'd hate to wake them up before they're ready,
Warren would have been making a lot of noise kind of near them. When you don't want to wake someone up, but you want to wake them up.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, that was a.
I mean, they're waking up slowly, but they're definitely like bruised and battered and kind of like that, like we haven't slept in like 7 weeks type deal.
Yeah.
Any of the ones that are like still laying down, I want to prestidigitation like a warm weighted blanket on top of them to just really
Just coax them right back into it.
Yeah.
You're a smart man. Smart man.
Maybe some light, like, I don't know, like viola music, like a beautiful.
Yeah. You watch the ones that are
song.
like really close to waking up. Just all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah.
Graham's
like
lullaby.
they just like roll back over and they're gone.
We all know how that is.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I've got a weighted blanket. That thing fucks.
It
It
does. It knocks you out.
You guys watch as you guys are talking, Alyssa just kind of gets up and like walks towards the edge of the tree line and just kind of like leans up against the tree.
So
I imagine we're all just sitting there looking, like, waiting for story time.
I'll stare at Henri like, out with it.
So, in my culture, we tend to, venerate a particular deity. For much of my life, however, I wasn't really sure if I was doing it because I actually, really bought into the whole thing, or if it was just because, I was expected to. But when we were down in that temple and in the room with the goblet that looked like it was turning everybody to ash. Kind of thought maybe this is it, and I reached out and pleaded with Ilun,
Ilun?
just if there's any way to show me. And I think maybe for the first time that I can ever remember, she did. She answered. And she showed me the way. And I wouldn't say last night, but exactly, but while I was out, she actually appeared to me and warned me about the stones and how the Undying One needs 4 of them to come back and to ascend or whatever. And one of those that she showed me looked a lot like that one that you have, Kaz. I just wondered if they were the same.
What do you think? Are they the same?
Yeah, right? They're
They
the same.
look pretty dead on. Yeah.
Yeah, it.
Not much deviation.
I definitely think that's one of them.
What are we waiting for then? Let's bury it. Stick it
No,
home.
no. You
Oh,
can't bury it.
Typical Warren. Let's
If,
just bury it. They'll never find it.
Like a dog.
Oh.
You'll never find my bone.
Oh. It's a magical stone. They'll
Caleb,
never find it.
Oh yeah, they'll never find this ever if we just dig a 2-foot hole in the ground and pop it on in there and cover it back up. No, they'll never find it.
Seems like a good idea.
Caitlin and I knew what this was and what they're for, but that's why we need to get the rest of them.
Of that, I am very much in agreement.
Isn't that exactly what the Undying One wants? For all the stones to come together.
So
He wants them, but
So
we
we-
need to get them and keep them from him.
But
As long as
we're
we hold on
together.
to at least one of them, that's keeping him from him or it or whatever from completing the set. But maybe the more that we get, the better off everyone, and including us, will be.
Well, maybe each of us need to hide them in places that no one else knows about.
Well,
Maybe getting them first should be our priority. We'll decide
Don't we
what to
have-
do with
well,
them
don't
once.
we have all of them?
No, we've got the one.
We've got one.
Unless anyone else has them hiding somewhere that I've not heard of.
This just seems crazy to me.
Freya's gonna run away immediately.
The
Take off running. I'm just kidding. I don't have a
the two people that have touched the stone all of a sudden want to find them, even though you just warned us that the Undying One will come back if these stones are brought together.
Well,
That doesn't.
I mean, we don't necessarily have to go out and, use them, but at least getting them to keep them away from the Undying one may be a good idea. That is a matter of that we can discuss at a later time. Right now, our priority is getting these people back to a safe place where they're not in chains.
Look, these stones are gonna come together. They want to find each other. He's going to find them, or we're gonna find them. And when they're all together, I don't know what happens, but something powerful happens, and that's either gonna be something that we use for good to make this world better, or something that he uses.
But if we collect them all, that means all 4 of them are together.
Right.
Like I said,
he has to do the ritual. He has to do a ritual with all 4 to come back.
Why are the stones always in places that are like of significance? A dragon's hoard, a temple. It's like they're asking to be found.
I don't know.
That may be.
Whoever put them there wanted them to be at some time.
And now we don't want them to be found.
We don't want a particular group of people or persons to find it.
Where was this first one found?
What better way to keep someone
The first
from
one
finding
was
something
the
than
first
to
one was found
take it yourself and keep it from them?
Wasn't
in
that
the
in the
Evercrest.
labyrinth?
Yes, that was in the Evercrest Mountains in some kind of forgotten city.
Yeah, and Ping was there. That's when
Yep.
we were in like the labyrinth, and they were chanting. There was a stone up in the air. There was like the cultist guys.
Well, you guys know more about this stuff than I do.
Yeah, well, it's been a while.
Let's get back.
Morn, I get where you're coming from. I really do. Just know that whatever we do with these, your input does matter, and your concerns don't go missed.
I just feel bad because like we wanted to bring help to Jupiter, and all we've done is brought them trouble. Now we're bringing the stone back to them. We're bringing a bunch of prisoners they're upsetting his eyes looking for. I don't even know if we're helping.
But that's what Jupiter is there for. They wanted to take in.
And many of these prisoners were already taken from their homes near Jupiter.
The prisoners we have to bring back. But Jupiter's
So,
the place.
As you guys are having this conversation, Alyssa.
Yo. Once I get sort of out of earshot and go to the other side of the tree line on the rolling plains, I want to rummage around my pack and I want to take out that strange device that I stole from Zaro's office.
Remind me. I'm trying to remember what strange device.
Shooty shooty bang bang.
Oh yes. Okay. Yep.
Oh jeez.
She's getting out her boomstick. We better watch out.
Oh yeah, we're not in a good spot for that though.
I have a perfect spot right here for testing.
Wide open plains. I mean,
So like out of character, what kind of like make is this?
A Glock.
Is this like flintlock, matchlock,
Skiddy
wheel
bop bop.
Here, hold on.
Tum tum tum.
I gotta remember. I gotta
Boom,
write
boom.
down.
flash pan.
Rat-tat-tat.
I can't imagine more American way of
Just a
taking that.
Beretta
It's fucking-
Just it's a 9mm.
Yeah.
She-
It's like, oh wow, this is really advanced.
She's
It's a
got
BB gun.
she's got the dualies. She's got the dualies. Just
And before it's actually a Nerf gun.
Man, what time period did this fall out of?
Rat-tat-tat.
I love like the idea of like a blade singing wizard, but he plane shifts to like modern day and just comes back with AKs, and just blows the
Oh.
dragon away.
What does this one do? The city is just wiped out.
Armor penetration.
You get somebody who's good enough at enchantment and enchant those rounds to bypass magical defenses. And you got that fucking dragon dead to rights.
That's the American way, dude.
Get a slug.
American dream. Kicking
Right
down a dragon with a rifle.
Fuck yeah.
He just screams as he does it. Manifest destiny.
You just got the fucking. You got the bear at 50 cal. That dragon pops out. Like, say goodnight, bitch. We're gonna hit that bitch
Manifest
right in the eye.
destiny.
So these are these are cap locks. So it's like a cap lock style. So there's like, you know, it's not the flintlock where you have to shove a ball in and then like pack it down and fire it. It's like an actual like they made it into like a piece of metal and then stuffed it and then
Mhm.
it's still like a one shot type deal, but
Yeah, so like in character, I would probably rationalize it to like closest thing I've ever experienced would be like a wand. So at first, I'll just like point it out, unloaded, just towards out the open plains, and I'll attempt to pull any lever-esque objects that I see and see what happens.
okay. Roll. Roll an intelligence check. Just a
Okay.
straight intelligence check, because there's a couple. Okay. So you notice a couple. You notice kind of a longer one at the top, and you notice this weird one by your finger. And then there's kind of like some triggering stuff on the side of the gun too. So you have like three little things you're not really sure which one to pull.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want to pull?
So probably noticing how it naturally contours so that my index
Sits in your
goes
hand?
towards the the trigger, which I don't know
Mhm.
what that is, but I'll try that one. See
Okay.
what happens.
Click. Doesn't do anything. You just kind of like, you just hear like a little like not like a click noise, but you hear kind of like a squishy noise. Like it just moves just a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm. Noticing that happen, I'll try and like pull one of the other two back before trying it again.
Okay, so you pull the longer one at the top, and you actually watch as the one at your finger moves out a little bit.
And I'll try again.
Click, and you watch as the big one kind of slams forward.
So I'll sort of observe that happen, and seeing pretty much nothing happen, I'll kind of like think for like a few seconds before having like one of those light bulb moments, and I'll be like, oh, maybe one of these is what's supposed to be there. So I'll take one of the iron spheres out, and I'll put it into the muzzle and kind of use like a dagger to shove it down.
Oh baby. Okay.
And I'll try the same process again.
Have to with a.
Please tell me Alyssa's staring straight down the barrel as she puts this dagger. How does
No,
this thing
like I
work?
said, she would rationalize it to a wand. She would point a wand at her face.
I can't remember with a cap lock if you have to ram it down in. I feel like you still do.
I would imagine so.
Okay. So, okay, yeah, so you put it in the end, and it kind of semi goes in, and you use a dagger, and you kind of shove at it a little bit, but it only seems to go in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll try the same process that I did before.
Okay, you cock it back, you push the trigger, and the same thing, clap. Doesn't do anything as the hammer slams forward.
Hmm. She'll like become like confused for a moment. She'll say, she'll probably think something like, maybe I should ask someone about this later, and she'll put it away for later.
Okay, sounds good. I thought that was gonna go in a totally different direction.
So all of us were just gonna all of a sudden hear a.
It would have been a boom.
Was it?
Okay,
Wait,
so-
are we talking about a pistol length weapon or a rifle length weapon? Out of character.
It's pistol. It's a pistol.
Okay.
I mean, but it's a cap lock, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
still about, it's a decent sized gun.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Have a balance.
cap lock pistols were just
Does that
modernized
sound-
versions of the
Of the flintlock.
flintlock.
That's
yeah.
all it was. So it was still louder than shit.
Right. Black powder, muzzle load.
Correct. And I think I said you had 6 shots? I think is roughly
4.
what I told you. 4 shots? Yeah. Something like that. Back to the group, as you guys are having your little discussion still.
Okay, so you feeling good enough to get us out of here?
Just for clarification, Andre, since I should have done this in this chat, there was the 4, and then there was 3 locations that you were shown,
Right.
and then you saw somebody carrying one.
I might need a reminder of what that was.
1, 2. Actually, hold on.
Was the one carry? Was
I
the
take
one
that
being
back.
carried was
One of them was false. I was thinking of something else.
okay?
It was you were shown 3 locations or 4 locations, but one of them was familiar to you.
Right.
No, it wasn't familiar to you because you were not there. No, yes, you were. Yes, you were there. It was the temple with the succubuses, and then you the place with the machinery, gnomish and dwarvish,
Right. Yeah.
and then there was yeah. So the temple, there was the temple. It was the that podium type whatever in the Evercrest Mountains, and then it was that dwarven / gnomish area, and then somebody seemed to be carrying the 4th one.
Someone unfamiliar to me.
Yeah, but with the markings.
Right. Yeah, so it seems like whoever is working with this undying one may already have one of these stones. So we have one. Well, Kaz has one, and our apparent opposition has one as well. The other 2, I was shown glimpses of them, but didn't really recognize what they were. One of them may have been in the Evercrest Mountains. Well, as it was particularly snowy.
Well,
in
no,
that
that
area.
was one you'd already been to before. So you assume you already have that one.
Andre wasn't there.
Oh, yes, she was.
That was the temple then?
Mhm.
Okay. Disregard
right.
that part.
Yep. We found the one from the temple.
Yeah.
In the Ever. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so as for the remaining 2, I caught glimpses, but never seen any of those places. But on the other hand, I mean, now I know that. I mean, the object of major religious structure in my home society is not gone. So I'm sorry I'm going through a bit. Anyway, let's get these poor people somewhere safe. Why don't we?
Yeah, I guess it's time. Do we want to go? I guess we want to go to Elena's in Jupiter.
Well, do we want to go, or should we just send the recently freed along, and we stay here to continue doing work?
Andre, where did you hear that we needed to head next? To find your daughter?
Remind me of what the name of the place was again. It was
McKill.
That's the one. I was told of a place called McKill.
And we've been there before, right? No, because we didn't go any further than Langdor.
You
Never
never
mind.
went to McKill.
We could.
I don't believe any of you really know anything about McKill. Actually, I think the only person that would have been Kaylin.
Would we be able to take a teleportation on Jupiter to McKill?
I can get us to Skeld.
It's a lot closer than here.
It avoids Scarnsville, right?
Yeah.
I think going back to Jupiter makes sense. I think we're gonna teleport to wherever we want to go next, right?
Well, getting these folk to Jupiter, that's something we definitely need to do.
Where are our horses?
What horses?
And now that we've got some cash, can we get a couple more so that we each have one? So my thought is we all go to Jupiter. We get, I think we had 3 because that's all we could afford at the time. Get a few more. And then my other question, I guess I need to look at the language on the spell. Can I walk a horse into a teleportation circle?
Yeah.
I guess I don't see why not. It's 10 feet in diameter, so
Yeah.
I think that would be good, so we can travel from Skeld to McKill by horse.
Hmm.
It's just my thought.
We could
Still
do
think we
that.
should go. I still think we should go back to Jupiter first, though. People there might have information on what's going on in McKill anyway.
Very
Yeah.
true.
I mean, that's what you guys may have to keep me honest. I think that's where the 3 horses that we have are. I really don't remember where we left those things.
Yeah, out of character. I'm trying to think back.
It's
We
like
ended
losing my car.
up in Bobo's. We were in Bobo's realm when he teleported us outside of Swamp. So at that
Do you-
point, we didn't have
Yeah.
the horses. So
Do you
but
want-
I don't remember how we got to Bobo's realm.
Toffet.
Nope. You want to remember where your horses are?
Where?
They're in
Camden.
Steinthorn.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're not-
Well, they're
And
gone.
Steinthorn.
Yeah.
And we're not getting those
Remember?
back.
Remember, you walked the horses into town to stay at the inn.
Yep. Yep, and then shit hit
Does
the fan.
anyone remember how much a regular horse costs?
It was expensive.
I mean, for expensive for you at the time. Now, probably not
Probably not
so
as
much.
bad.
I think I have it written down somewhere, actually.
This is why
Yeah.
Summon Steed is such a good spell, because you just
Money
You don't
can,
have to
money can
keep
buy
track
you a
of that
regular
thing.
horse. Money can buy you a regular horse, and money cannot buy you another Bergen.
Yeah, you left Bergen in Steinthorn as you guys were fleeing. So you could probably imagine what's been done to those horses.
Is there a glue factory in Steinthorn?
We're not gonna like torture our horses.
They probably were just auctioned off or given to somebody, or somebody took them.
Yeah. Bergen's a pretty good steed.
I have it all right here. It was 150 gold per horse.
Bergen was more than that, I thought.
Yes, because it was he was bigger. He was a
Clydesdale.
Thank you.
So,
And there was other types of mounts there as well. Remember, he was kind of a exotic / whatever breeder.
That was in Canby, though.
Mm-hmm.
so maybe we've never been to Skeld before. Maybe we go there and then see if we. Oh,
Guess y'all can't hear me. Sorry.
Then see if we can buy some horses there, because the teleportation circle there is for someone that we've never met before. It is the local magistrate's house in Skeld, and I don't know that he would like 6 strangers teleporting into his house on horseback.
Why would you have to remember that? Why didn't you just want to do it? That could have been fun.
Yeah.
You should
Do
know
we
that.
know this? We don't know this person, and we're just teleporting there?
I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna kick us out. But at least we've gotten to Skeld then.
Yeah, we don't know this person. This is a friend of Bobo.
So at least if it's a friend of Bobo, you won't tell everyone else that we're there, right?
Yeah, Bobo says this is a person that we can trust, but I don't know who it is.
But if it's for a good cause, then
Surely they have horses for sale in Skeld.
So we send these people back, and then you cast another one to get us to Skeld?
Yeah, I think so. The question is, do we want to go to Jupiter first? I mean, we'll already have a circle there. So
I think
if we need to go back for anything, we can.
I think we should.
Let's not stay too long.
Wouldn't hurt to check in just momentarily.
Even if it's just to explain what happened and get information on Mikhail.
Explain to Elena who these people are and where they came from.
Yeah. Might be confusing if they just teleported in. Though they wouldn't look harmful.
who's Elena?
What
You
was
met
her
her.
nickname? Joanna?
That's what
Oh.
she
Met her.
called herself to you.
Yeah.
That's the girl that was in charge of the.
The justice's boon.
Yes.
Yep.
The ones that we brought that elf child to, right?
Yep. Her
Yep.
name's
Yes.
Elena.
Gotcha.
I don't want to be in this plains any longer. And I think our prisoners are getting anxious.
Yeah, they're all awake at this point and just staring at you and staring at the field and staring at the sky.
Should someone whistle for Alyssa? Tell her that we're getting ready to go.
I'll go
It would
find
be
her.
nice to have Kaylin here to do a sending spell.
I'll go find Alyssa.
What you doing?
Going to look for Alyssa.
Oh, you're trying to look for Alyssa?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the
Okay.
highest point.
It doesn't take you very long. You find that small stone outcropping and you kind of climb up on top of it and you look in the distance. And she's kind of got her back turned to the group and she's a little ways away and she looks like she's fiddling with something. And then like a couple seconds go by and she shoves whatever it is away.
As long as it looks like it's not aimed at me, I'll start kind of walking toward her.
She turns around, looks at you.
New toy.
Just something that I took from Zara's office while y'all were down in the basement.
Do you know what it does? I don't recognize that thing.
No, but I'll figure out soon enough.
Kaz is putting together a teleportation circle. We're
Very
heading back
well.
to Jupiter. And I'll start head back toward the group.
Lissa follows kind of behind, but 5 or 10 feet behind, just kind of keeping a distance. Did you guys make your way back? You guys are kind of sitting on the outer edge of the trees at this point.
I think once everyone, or while that exchange happened, I'm explaining to everyone here, in case they're not familiar, how it's going to work. They'll see a rune circle on the ground. They'll have a 10 seconds or so, or however many seconds to walk through it. It'll take them somewhere safe, etc., etc.
They look very apprehensive, but they listen.
Uh,
And they begin to kind of like line up.
For my kinfolk and the other elves, I'll be explaining the same in Elvish.
Okay. They kind of go double file at that point so they can get as close to the circle as possible. The lizard folk and the dragonborn kind of seem to stand towards the back, and they look probably the least for it, but they're just happy to be out of the swamp.
Friends and family, please, we're taking you somewhere safe. Back home.
They all kind of nod and just like wait.
I'll go
As
up to
Kaz
the.
be- Oh, good.
I was gonna go up to the Dragonborn and the Lizard Men and be like, "Yeah, the portals kind of suck, but at least we'll be safe, right?"
They just kind of look at you and like kind of nod, but give you a just like, But as Kaz, you begin to draw on the ground your circle, and you begin to prep. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 10 minutes goes by as you hold the last symbol as you're ready to go.
Okay. I'll start. I'll have them go first, and I'll kind of wait to be the last person to go through.
Okay, so you finish the last circle and you stand up and you kind of like go, 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 go. Everybody begins to rush in. You get that sensation, that sucking sound, and you're the last one to step through.
I'll give the Dragonborn a little fist bump on his way. Does he do it back?
No, he just looks at you and just
He has no idea why.
like walks through.
Oh, left him hanging.
I'm so hurt, but I'll go through after them.
You suck through and you are in the tower. As Elena and no, they're not, because you did not send a message. So nobody greets you as all of a sudden you appear in this massive runic room with sigils all around. And about 5 or 6 minutes passes, and all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, welcome! Come! What are you doing? Oh, yes! Yes! I noticed you. Who is they?"
Surprise!
Some
Yes,
of them
surprise.
are returning citizens. Others are in need of a new home.
I see. Let me get a Lady Elena, and your husband. They've been locked up in the room for about 5 days now. Yes, the book has taken quite a challenge and toll on them mentally and physically. I'll be right back. And you hear she leaves and walks back through the holeless, like the black door, and arrives about 10 minutes later with Lady Elena in kind of a dress, like a nice dress, but it kind of is it's loose in nature, almost like loungy. And your husband walks through the door as well. They both look like they had been awake for about 3 days, eyes sunken in deep, dark circles. They look like they probably haven't bathed in like 2 days,
I
and
don't
they
give a
just
shit.
look they
I'm
just
going
look
over.
physically just drained.
I'm going over to Lachlan and just.
Just a little butt slap, like a little butt grab. Just
No. I'm fully embracing him.
okay. He
And
grasps you back, and it is very weak. He just is like, oh, and you're like, okay. You like kind of like hug him tightly, and he feels like he's lost 10 pounds. They both just look trained.
You all right, my love?
Yes, we will talk about this later. We have notes. Lots and lots of notes. That book is something else.
Well, good news to come later then as well.
Yes, let us get your friends a place to eat and drink and sleep, and us to do the same.
Aye.
Welcome back. As you can see, we're a little drained at the moment. It's been several days worth of research. We found a lot out, but we're just very tired. And she like reaches into her jacket. We're going to sleep, but you can go through the notes that we've done so far. And she like outstretches her hand towards the group. And she hands you like a tiny like leather-bound journal.
I'll grab it quickly.
Okay. Anyways, please find them room and board for the night. I will pay for everything, make sure they are well fed and drank, and tomorrow we will discuss where they need to sleep permanently. But for the night, put them on the 7th floor and adhere to them. Thank you. I am exhausted and I'm going to sleep for the night. If you have any questions, please wait till tomorrow. I'm very tired. And she like turns around and kind of like curtsies a little bit and like walks through the door. Your husband gives you a kiss in the cheek and whispers in your ear, "I'll see you tomorrow."
It's like 4 p.m., right?
Yeah,
Pretty early. I mean, if they've been up 3 days,
it's rough. It's
I'm
rough.
just
I mean, they
confirming.
look like they've been like just up
Yeah.
for 3 days. It's probably around 6 at this point. But they just look absolutely beat.
I'll do the same, and I'll say, "Our Lady in the sky smiles upon us."
And you watch as the other moon elves make a like a 3-fingered symbol and kind of drag it across the top of their heads and then across the chest, and like bow their heads slightly, and then they are led by I can't remember what her name is now, by the housekeeper basically.
I'm gonna, at this point, like turn to the rest of the group and say, "I think that I should probably go with my kinfolk. At least make sure they get home safe."
They're just being taken to another floor of the tower.
Oh,
And
they're not gonna
basically-
be okay.
Yep, nope. They're basically being put up for the night to make sure they're fed and clothed and
Never
kept
mind
warm.
then.
And yeah, they're basically being put up for the night. Elena said like anything they needed, bring it to them. Food, drink, treats, clothing, blankets, anything. Baths, basically.
Right. Understanding that, I would not do that.
You would not go now. Yes.
Yeah.
It just came back to me. Elena's the one that was torturing her fucking husband, right?
She
He
was
deserved it.
Boy toy. Mostly.
Uh,
Yeah.
They deserved it.
Then
Prob- Probably dating and scorned ex-lover type deal. Yes. She hurt him pretty bad.
Didn't
So-
look like your husband or Elena had slept since we left.
I'm worried about them, but they're doing good work.
I hope that book hasn't done anything to them.
I can. Well, do we crack open the notes now, or?
Yeah, you guys can.
I'll
I-
look them over.
I want to go talk with Beowulf and the other. Was it like the council?
The Council of Stone?
Yeah. Talk to
Okay.
them about what our next plans are. See if they have any information. I don't trust them either, but I think we need their help. None of us have been there before.
I'm gonna be very protective of the journal. So I'm gonna be holding it really tight to my chest.
You would know from previous experiences you can't just go talk to the king. You have to basically get like a summons or ask for a summons of some sort.
Ask for an audience.
There you
Yeah.
go. Thank you. So, you're going to go. Well, it might be too late to try, but
You said
You're
4 o'clock. Right? Yeah, I'll at least try.
it's around 6. Yep.
Yeah, I'll at least try.
So you Morn, you begin to leave the tower.
Is anyone else? Who else is coming with me, or are you guys all going back to the house?
I'm probably not gonna say anything and just head back to the house.
Okay. You guys begin to leave the tower one by one. Alyssa, this is still very new to you. You've never been in the tower per se, nor really much of Jupiter. So you can kind of follow the group if you want.
Yeah.
You guys begin to exit the tower. Morn, you immediately start to make your way towards the front gates.
I'll
As
tell Morn before he gets too far away. I'll just say, "Hey, don't mention anything about the stone."
Yeah, of course. I don't trust Beowulf. I trust Beowulf less than you do.
Last time they found out we had the book, and they wanted it, and someone died. So
Your
something to
secret,
think about.
your secret is safe with me.
Thanks.
Morn, the keeper of secrets.
I don't understand enough to give away secrets.
We're making shirts. Morn, the keeper of secrets.
Morn,
Kinda.
locked book, keeper of
Yeah,
secrets.
yeah.
Okay, so Morn kind of turns and keep. Yeah,
Yeah.
walks towards the gates. As the rest of the group, I'm
Morn,
assuming,
protect.
begins.
I won't tell anything about the blue stone. I'll only mention the other 3 stones.
Oh god. Details are important in this situation, Kaz. It's like, okay, not just our stone, not any stones.
So Morn
Just to
begins
we're
make your
clear.
way towards the front gates as the rest of the group.
I'm just gonna go with him.
Okay, Kaz, like you guys all begin to make your way towards the house, and Morn turns around and like, yeah, stones. And Kaz stops.
Like,
Kaz stops, looks at the group, looks back at Morn, looks at the group, shakes his head, and takes off after Morn.
What are you gonna do though? Like if he starts talking about it, you'd be like, nah, I'll talk from here.
I mean,
The best use of the silent spell.
yeah, there's things. As the rest of the group begins to make their way towards the house, Alyssa, I'm assuming, following behind.
Yeah.
Okay. So you begin to follow around or behind the group. So we'll kind of semi-cut screen this, but you make your way to the front gates. There are 2 station guards on the very front.
I'd like to request a meeting with Beowulf. This is
The Mighty
long
Nine.
range. Beowulf would like to talk to us. We report to him.
The king sleeps for the night. We will request audience in the morning.
I'm gonna point at the sun. I feel like he's already asleep.
Yes, and just stares at you. Big heavy plate mail or plate armor with like the slits and the 2 in the 2 over the eyes and the 1 over the mouth, so you can just barely make it out, and he just stares you down.
First thing tomorrow, then. We'll be here.
We will let him know.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
No,
I want to ask the guard. Hey, what time is your shift end?
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, charisma caster.
Oh!
Kaz just curse like charisma check to take advantage. What is that?
Late.
That's fine. I'm just. I was
fine.
gonna ask, but when your shift ends, if you wanted to go, maybe have a few drinks before you go home, where would
leans
you
in
go?
and puts his hand on top of his shield, and you see a small ring. Not interested.
Oh!
and leans back and like sets this his spear next to him, and his shield back up in front, and just like looks away and begins looking in opposite directions away from you.
Okay. I want to be
came out the wrong
abundantly
way.
clear. But my friend and I would like to get a drink before going home. Where would you recommend we go?
Finger comes back over the shield. Not
Additionally, I don't believe you. You totally would be interested. Just a bit more. Let's get the hell out of here. There's no way Kaz believes it.
Why did you want to know when his shift ended?
I just don't want to go back to the house, man.
Morin's just like, wait a second, hold on.
Are we sneaking in?
You can't sneak in. There's a guard there. And then when
No.
his shift ends, another guard comes out.
I just wanted to maybe go have a couple pints before
With him? With that guy?
No, with you, dude.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Our sleep schedule's a little off, so I don't really need the rest. It's nighttime.
I could use a drink.
It's been a while since we just went and got a drink.
I just
Played some cards.
I don't get
Maybe
why
won a little gold.
we can't. Why we need to know when his shift ends to go get a drink. But
That's a fair question. I don't have an answer for you.
but I'd like to go.
Guy.
Okay, so
Kaz
as the rest
can
of
be
the group,
anyone you want, baby.
Yeah.
he is the maker of dreams. She is
You're
the maker
lost.
of dreams. Yeah, he doesn't know that. He's married. He's a happily married man.
Oh
I'll
my
come
god,
back
my
and
face
wipe.
hurts. I don't know why.
The rest of the group, you make your way to the house. Alyssa, for the first time, you're seeing this very large, three-story, looking house, and it's very nice. Big gorgeously finished double doors with trim. as the group begins to make their way in.
It'd be my first time too, right?
Yeah.
Ping's never been to the house. I'm gonna look at Alyssa. When you go inside, in the kitchen, there's a nice lady in there who'd be happy to make you anything you'd like to eat.
She'll nod.
I'm gonna immediately go upstairs to my room and close the door.
Okay, you immediately make your way right past. Like Woodworth opens the door,
I don't acknowledge
and you're
anybody.
just like
Hurley.
straight up.
Yep.
Straight up into the room. Okay, Woodworth doesn't say anything, and welcome to the house, Lady Henri. Are these guests? As he points to Ping and to Alyssa.
For the moment, yes.
Are they hungry, and do they wish substance?
I'll turn to the both of them and gesture and be like,
Ping will
yeah.
have a good smile on his face. Oh yeah.
I see. And may I ask your names, sir and ma'am?
Ping's the name.
Sir Ping. Sir Ping. And the missus.
It's Alyssa. Yeah, and a meal and a bath would be nice.
Oh, your name's Alyssa. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I see. If you be so kind, the meal can be easily made by Yvonne. She is in the kitchen and would be glad to make up anything that you wish. The bathhouse, and he kind of like points down the hallway. There are 3 bathrooms, or bath houses. You may pick. There's a small, medium, and a large. Your choice. The smallest room, single bath, is on the door to the left. The door to the right across the hall, is kind of a medium, doubles type bathing house, and the far end is kind of a universal everybody bath.
Nice.
But anything that you would like, please let Mrs. Yvonne know in the next room, and we will have a table, a placemat set for you and food brought.
"Aye, you're in fine hands here." I'll kind of place my hand on Wozer's shoulder.
And you begin to immediately, before like he even finishes that sentence, you hear like the clanging of like dishes and like pans being set on top of the stove, and the stove being lit.
Ping's going straight to the bath.
Straight to the bath. Okay.
Yeah.
He shows you straight to like where the bath houses are in the rooms, and pretty much lets you pick whichever one you want.
Okay, I'll just pick whichever one he shows me first.
Okay. He shows you the singles. So basically, it's just like a it's a larger tub, but it's just meant for one person.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Leads you in, waits for you to undress, and immediately makes his way in, eyes closed, takes your clothes, and then you're assuming to get cleaned.
I assume you're taking those to clean.
Yes, of course, sir.
So I'll see them again.
Yes.
Where will I see them again?
I will bring them back in before you are done.
Oh, okay. Alright. Taking a bath.
It's very nice.
Oh, Zelda.
Food.
And I'll take the next one.
It's kind of a doubles type bath, very large bath with lots of potpourris, perfumes, and whatnot set along the sides of the bath to make the like oils and whatnot to make the bath smell nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If he walks in to grab my clothes, he'll like notice peculiarly I'm keeping my bandages on.
He like his face is like head down the entire time, doesn't even look at you, makes his way in, grabs the clothes, and just like head down slowly, like backs out.
Okay.
And Yvonne is making from the baths. You guys can smell various foods being cooked, so it smells very nice. And about halfway through your baths, clothes are returned, pressed, cleaned, pressed, and dried. And those of you that were wearing kind of clothes that were getting the crap kicked out of them, they're re-sewn, patched up, and whatnot. While this is all happening, Freya, what are you doing?
I would be in the room reading through the notes.
Okay. The notes are perfectly transcribed into Common. So, it breaks down, it has many sections. There's one section that's basically histories and timelines. You skim through that basically tells you what the Undying One is, how he comes to be, what he's trying to obtain, and whatnot. And then there's another section of weapons. There seems to be some kind of weapons that seem to have been created with shards of the gods to combat this evil. Almost like greater weapons. And then there's another section that describes the individuals that used to wield these weapons. So, what would you like to dive into? With what little time you have while everybody seems to be bathing and doing other things.
As much as, like, out of character, I want to dive into the weapons part,
Okay.
Freya would want to probably dive into what he is and what he's trying to obtain.
Okay, so which one am I doing? So you said in character.
No,
You're
I was
wanting to
saying
go
out
after...
of character. I would want to let's get into the weapons. But I think Freya would be probably more centered on what does he want? Like what is he looking to obtain?
Okay, so it dives into the Undying One. The Undying One is originally was a sorcerer from another time. He was actually an elven sorcerer, very ancient, very old, several millennia. That just seemed to live longer than most elves. But he realized his time was coming to an end. And he wanted to transgress that. Transcend that. Sorry, thank you. He wanted to be more. He did not want to die. He wanted to continue on. He was very, very powerful, but the one limitation to his life was death.
Mortality.
And correct. Like everybody, even Elven, you live for a longer time, but you still die. In obtaining this power is what caused the Great Cataclysm. The first time. It seems another continent used to exist beyond Radar that was completely wiped out. He actually ascended, gaining this power. And when he gained this power, he wiped out the entire continent, killing everything. He was struck down by the gods the first time. His essence lived on. And through the years, the centuries, the decades, it was taken up again. And he managed to form enough of a conscience to influence the mind of another powerful mage, which actually ended up being several mages. It was the Council of the Elven Cloven.
Hold on. Influence might have... No, you're good. What are they called again?
The Elven Cloven. It was basically a sect or a magical like academy or some sort. You're not really sure. They seem to just focus on gaining power as much as they could. He influenced their mind, causing them to delve into highly unstable and concentrated magic. Most people know the elven community are very strongly related to magic and are able to influence and use it greater. This elven cloven of some sort was already very, very, very powerful, but they were also not towards the end of their life, but they were getting there, trying to obtain a greater power in something that would give them a new purpose in life, as they have pretty much mastered most magics. But now a new magic, one that transcends your life. It gives you power. It gives you the ability to live on endlessly. He tricked them into trying to reform his body, or giving him some of a semi I can't say the word semi corporeal
Like a vessel?
Corporeal.
thank you,
Corporeal,
corporeal. Yeah, I can't even say the word right now.
Corporeal.
My tongue is not working. To give him some sort of form like that, like transcendent, like transcendity, like alter being. And when they did this, something went wrong, and too much magic was used, causing basically a nuclear implosion, which was the result of Radar, you assume. And the result of loss of magic in the world. Thanks, Kai. His essence being lost to the eons once again, to never be found. And it seems like he's found a way back and influenced somebody else. He wants power. He wants to return, and he wants a new body.
But does that kind of explain what his purpose is? Like, why is he going through all of this? What does he want?
He wants to be undying. He wants to be forever. He wants to attain godhood and immortality. I don't know what that was, but I dig it. But he wants immortality. He is trying to obtain a form beyond his mortal one. And it seems like he has spent eons in this corporeal whatever form, trying to influence somebody to either bring him back or to take over. But it sounds like he doesn't want to settle on a mortal flesh form. He wants something greater.
Got it.
They always want something more, don't they?
Mm-hmm. So from the notes that you got, it breaks that down pretty well. It doesn't give you the exacts, but what you glean from the information that Elena and Henri's husband pulled from this book, it seems like over the years it's what he's wanted.
Okay.
And for some reason this leather-bound skin book is tied to that life in some way. Almost like it was a journal of his, or it's like a part of him, and it's just continuing to write a story. You're unsure. There's something very evil, demonic, and living about that book.
Okay. I'll go ahead and close the journal for now. I'm gonna put it in my pack.
what are the rest of you doing? As this is all happening, I'm assuming Alyssa and Ping, you have taken your baths, redressed, and made your way to the dinner table.
Yeah.
At this
Done
point,
went home.
yep. So
already.
you're at home. He is he is like, he didn't even make it to bed. He literally sat down in a chair and is like gone, like hunched over, gone.
I'll pick him up and carry him upstairs to the
Make a
bed.
strength check. Come on, show me the strength of an owlbear.
Athletics
Nat
or
one.
strength?
Strength.
All right.
Come on, Nat 1.
Like I said,
Owlbear.
Owlbear.
He's not the most bulkiest of persons.
Oh, I know. I just was looking forward to the drop or like you banging him against stuff. So you pick the hubby up. He seems to have like lost 10 pounds. He is thin. He is like semi-emaciated. Like you take his shirt off and you help him get to bed, and his like ribs are shrunk, like he's like a little shrunken, like caved in chest type look. He just looks like he has not been eating correctly in a while. In the little bit that you guys have been gone.
That's
and he
gonna change in the morning.
Yeah, she's gonna give him some of that real good elven loving.
That breakfast.
Yeah, bed and breakfast, all right. Anyways,
hey,
you lay him into bed. You take his shirt off and get him comfy. He looks like a bag of bones. You roll him over and like you can see him shivering with just the one layer of comfort that you put on him, and so you pull like the big owl bear skin that you carved for him.
Oh
and
yeah.
lay that on
Oh
his
yeah.
body.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you tuck him in, and he seems comfortable as you crawl in next to him and begin to rest as well.
Before I do that, I was just gonna go up to the roof for a little while. But
Okay. You gonna
As
meditate up there for a little bit?
yeah.
Okay. You tuck him in, and you make your way up to your little perch with your little circular pillow and whatnot that you've specifically set up there for your butt transcendency.
Okay. Yes.
thanks.
The rest of the group, you sit down and you begin to eat a very hearty soup, like really good hearty soup.
I'm not
Not you, Alyssa and Ping. Calm down, mister. Calm down. You guys begin to eat your very hearty soups as Yvonne, she kind of stands at the end of the table, like watching you almost like grandmotherly. She's for the first time, she is a blonde, like almost bleach blonde, like crazy hair looking, 5'9", she's probably like 5'7", larger lady, on like Norwegian-y build, thick, like just thick. She's a big girl, but she has just a very loving face.
Damn,
and
boy, she thick.
gross.
3 seats, at least.
But she has a very loving and she has a very stern look to her, but at the same time she is very loving and just that very grandmotherly look to her.
Approachable,
lose?
inviting.
Correct. And she she holds the food in one pan as she hands you these bowls of food, and she like stares at you as she like holds this pan of food with a bunch of other food in it, like bacons and meats and whatnot. And then you can see in the other hand she's holding some kind of like glass jar that looks like some kind of orange juice in it. And then about 5 minutes later, Kaz and Morn, you guys make your way through the front door.
No, I was gonna go to a tavern.
Oh, okay. So do you branch off from Kaz and head to a tavern, or Kaz you following?
No,
Let's go get a drink.
we'll go.
You're both gone? Alright, tavern it is.
So who's all down eating right now?
Just you and Alyssa. As you guys sit across the table from each other, just like eating.
So Alyssa, how'd you wind up here?
I was assigned to it.
You're signed to it. Where are you from?
Steinthorn.
The most, like, social butterfly individual
Alyssa's just
mixed
shutting
up
him down
with the,
every
like,
chance.
one word
It's-
answer. Don't talk to me,
You
don't
guys
look
ever
at me,
see
don't
the-
touch me.
The
Yeah.
SNL bit with
Her tone
Chad.
isn't that she doesn't want to talk, it's just that her answers are very matter of fact.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes,
I am loving
no.
every moment of it.
And Pink's just like, how's it going? And you're like, good.
Please tell me your life. Yeah.
Well, not the life, but a little bit more than one word.
Continue on. I'm loving it.
So she said Steinthorn.
So who assigned you here with the group? And why?
The council to keep an eye on me, so I suppose.
Keep an eye on you. That's
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's to the best of us.
It does, judging from when I saw you in that cage.
So what's your plan?
Plan? Don't have one.
Going with emotions, huh?
Sounds about right.
Good talk.
She'll nod.
So as this is all happening, and they're just like going banter back and forth, getting very short answers. Kaz and Morn, you guys do make your way to one of the local pubs.
Pub crawl, pub crawl.
Yeah, they're multiple. That's an interesting point. We never really found out which one's the best. Which one should we go to?
Apparently, you got to be married to ask somebody.
Yeah. That poor guard spends
Yeah,
8 hours standing in front of that door and just goes straight home. You know,
He's gonna go home and like tell his wife, "I still got it." Guess what happened to me today?
Some random hit on me.
Yeah,
Ask
I
me
say
for
we just-
drinks after.
yeah, I say we just go whichever one we know of or the closest one. I didn't want to go crazy. I just a couple drinks, maybe a few rounds of cards.
Okay.
I won't even
So-
cheat. I don't care if we win or lose or whatever.
So, point of notice: you guys have never asked about any of the places here in town to drink at.
That's why I was
Oh,
trying to ask the guy.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
are you gonna ask another random guard in the streets, or are you gonna ask a person, or?
Martin's currently wandering around. If Kaz wants to ask someone, that's fine. But Martin is just going to stumble until he finds beer.
Yeah, I think we'll walk around a bit, and if after a while, if we can't find anything, I'll try to ask someone. But
Sure.
I mean, we live here, but we haven't really like explored the city much.
Yep.
No, it's actually been a while since I've been to a tavern, surprisingly. But I haven't minded just, drinking what they give us at the house. They'll get you whatever they want. Like I ordered, the what's his name? He's the one dude who works at our house. He's great at just, you ask for whatever you want. I've asked for some whiskey. They'll bring it.
Yeah,
Great guy.
that one dude.
Yeah, Woolsworth is good.
Yeah, Woolsworth.
It's just different at home,
Oh, to be a fly on the wall following around Morning Kaz right now, I'm
Fucking
telling
right.
you.
But isn't it nice not just being around a bunch of people sometimes,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of like being around a bunch of people.
Oh, okay.
I like the noise. I like It's easy to hide yourself if you need to not if you don't want to. You can always find someone. You can always find someone willing to play a game. You know,
being able to look however you want helps hide. Being big, it's harder to hide.
That's true. You do stand out.
We'll do it your way. We'll go to the tavern, and you have to teach me how to play those card things. I don't know how they work. So.
All right.
Okay, so you guys gonna ask around?
Well, we're gonna wander first, and then
Okay.
Kaz eventually will step in if we don't find anything.
Okay, so make perception checks.
Apparently, Kaz is gonna try and find and do the first guy he sees just to prove a point.
It's not a bad perception, Kaz.
Okay.
Oh.
So you guys wander for a while. And there's one at the very end of a street that's just bright lights, like bright lights, and tons of noise. And then there's one that's kind of down the street a little bit. That's kind of the same. It's just not as rowdy and noisy.
You know, after being in the swamps for 4 days and hearing almost nothing, that one down there at the end of that might be the place to be tonight.
Agreed.
So which one are you guys going to?
The loud one.
The loud one? Okay.
Party zone.
Uh-oh.
So you guys get to the end of the street, and the name of the establishment is called the Dangling Dwarf. And
Oh no! Wait.
you walk through the main doors. It's a double door, and as you walk through the double door, it is like silk sashes with like beads on the whole end of it. And you walk through, and there are scantily clad men and women everywhere. And there's a full bar, and there's people just getting shit faced. But there's also something else.
Is there a dwarf hanging somewhere?
Oh no, drugs.
I mean, there is semi-dressed dwarves, dragonborn, human, elves. I mean,
Are
a
they
little bit of.
dangling?
What happens here stays here, Kaz.
For sure.
Don't tell Freya.
I feel like we need to stay for science.
Yeah, you're here to teach me cards, right?
For
Yeah.
science.
Science rolls. So with those perception checks, there is 2 or 3 tables towards the back that are actually, they look like they're specifically set up for gambling. There's also a full-blown bar with 3 people working behind it that goes from one end of the building to the other end, and it is stocked. And they look like these people that are behind these bar. They're just pouring drinks left and right, and there's some of them. They look like there's regular beer. Other are these like fizzy colors, and like they seem like there's things like coming off the top of them, and there's like bubbles, and they're like putting certain things in it. Oh yeah, it's wild.
You're gonna have to drag more into that table, Kaz.
Yeah.
The only good thing for Kaz right now is that
and then
has no.
point of order. Every male and female that is working at that bar is topless.
But why don't you grab a couple pictures and then meet me at the table?
Oh, you could have just asked. I would have told you about mine and Lachlan's favorite place.
You mean this isn't it?
Oh no, it is.
It's so amazing.
Everybody's so friendly.
Everybody's so lovely
And
there.
actually, Morn, you would notice with that perception check, there's a second level, and there's rooms.
Oh.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
And every so often, it seems like people come out of the rooms and then come down the stairs, and then people in these scantily clothes walk back towards the bar and begin talking to other people.
This sounds like Germany.
You're not. What? Okay, ping, one, ping. This is exactly where I'm getting my. It was my time in Germany and Amsterdam is exactly where I'm pulling this info from. I have been at one of these locations and it was a lot of fun.
So at first, Martin's gonna like kind of keep his eyes slightly lowered, right? He'll make his way up toward the bar. He'll take a couple of second glances, pretty quick, at some of the workers there, and then.
Are you trying to hide this second glance? This little like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a stealth check.
I have advantage on it.
I mean, you got your head low though. I mean. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So Morn is like.
Oh yeah.
Like just looking up, and one of them catches you. A gnome. And she walks towards you and slides along the table, lands in front of you, legs crossed. How you doing, sweetheart? Would you like a drink? Or something more? And she slides her hand along your arm.
Had to
I'm
be
actually
no.
gonna back away. I'm gonna check.
Oh,
I'm more interested.
no. Don't back away. I'm gentle.
Oh, I'm supposed to be playing cards.
Oh, we can play cards if you want. We can play cards. Come here, sit next to me. I won't touch you again.
Cards.
Come over here and sit down. Let's just talk.
Martin looks like totally out of his element.
Yep.
Like,
She
and
reaches back and begins to pour like a stein of beer and places it down.
God.
Please, come sit down next to me and let's talk. If you want, you can bring your friend over here too.
how close am I to the bar counter?
4 feet away.
I'm gonna move toward the bar counter.
You're gonna move towards it.
Yeah, and like kind of look away from her.
Okay. She's sitting on the bar counter. FYI.
Oh.
She was behind the bar counter and noticed you looking at her.
Okay. I mean, yeah. See, I was surprised by the size, given she's a gnome. But I'm gonna look at what types of drinks they have. And I think the important would be, do they have scorpion tail?
No.
Okay, so then Martin's just gonna like kind of be pondering, and then I'll ask the gnome like, "What's your favorite here?"
What? Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna ask the gnome, "What's your favorite here?"
What's my favorite? Well, it depends on what you would like. We have your regular drink, and we have something a little more stronger, and then we have some other things that are a little fun.
I'm gonna point to the one that's like you said. There's like something with something coming out of it.
Like little like fizzy bubbles, like it's almost magical.
Yeah. I'm gonna point at that one. Like, I'm gonna kind of just,
You like the bomb? I'll get you one of those. And
That
she
could be
walks
fun.
off, and then she
That's
begins.
how you
Oh, fucking hell!
She begins to mix this drink, and it starts off like with orange layer on the bottom, and then a blue, and then there's a red layer, and then another blue layer, and then she gets to a top, and she grabs like these little rocks, and she sprinkles on the top, and all of a sudden it starts to crackle, and these little bubbles float in the air and
Did she just put
fizz.
some fucking pop rocks in that bitch?
I'm gonna like look at it, and I'm gonna look back and see where Kaz is. I'm gonna look at Kaz, like attempts to spot him.
Kaz, you see all of this going down, and
I-
she is all over Morn.
I don't intervene at all. I'm already being dealt in the first hand.
You're on your own, buddy.
You just like you look over towards Kaz, and she gives you kind of like a over the shoulder like, and then like just continues like doing her thing.
I'm gonna
I
grab.
take like a quick few seconds to think like, how would that even work with a gnome? And then I shake it off and just continue.
Kaz does a quick. Kaz does like a quick like.
Buddy.
Are you worried about this? Nah.
And then he stops and like
I'd be worried about
the dealer like, ma'am, and you're like, oh shit, and you go back to playing your cards again.
No.
Yeah. She sets the drink like like a foot from you, if that, and then slides back. And I told you, I'd be gentle. Take a drink. It's good.
I'm gonna take one glance at
Date
Kaz,
rape.
and then I'm gonna take one glance at her,
Date
and I'm
rape.
gonna take one drink of the bomb.
It's fucking delicious. Like,
Pina colada.
I mean, it's super good, but Morn actually probably would never have had anything like this. It's very, very, very sweet.
But I like it though.
Do you like it?
I think so. I'll roll.
Yeah.
See how much I like this. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a really it's too sugary, and you've never had anything like this. Like you've had honey. Honey's different. This is like honey to the max, and you're just like, oh.
I'm gonna just kind of like give this back to her. I'm gonna grab that big stein, and I'm gonna make my way over to Kaz.
Okay, you go to grab the stein, and she puts her hand on top of your hand, and we have something else if you don't like the sweet stuff, honey. And she goes back around the table and pours another drink, except for it's in a little glass this time, and it's thick and dark, kind of like a brown molasses almost, except for it's not like molasses-y. You want to try one of these?
It's not like that, is it?
No. I should have known better. A big tough man like you doesn't like the sweet stuff. He likes it a little more rough. I like it rough.
Oh, she's speaking Morse language.
Yeah, no, Morn likes that.
It's
And
a
he's
rough.
gonna-
Just the way your mother
and
likes
he's
it,
gonna take a
Trebek.
drink of this one. Yeah, and I like this one. I don't even have to roll.
Yeah.
This is.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Woohoo!
It hits hard, and you get that like gut check burn up the throat, back down. You're like,
It's a shot, right?
yeah, ×2. It's imagine like your first shot of like really bad Jack Daniels, after you've had like 6 or 7 beers.
Yeah, Kaz will like this. Get 2 more of those. Actually, three more of those.
Okay, it's gonna cost you though. So that'll be 1 gold for the 3 shots and the other drink, and a little something for me too, right here. I like big boys.
Martin doesn't say anything. He stares you at
That's
no.
dangerous.
Doesn't mean anything. I've handled bigger.
Wait. Oh. You've had bigger than me?
Whoopsie.
I've fought much larger than you.
I don't believe you.
Do you want to try? And she grabs your hand and begins to like slide down off the counter and start to lead you towards the balcony, towards the stairs.
No, I told he was gonna. She was gonna teach me how to play cards.
Oh, I can show you some cards too. I have a fun game of cards upstairs.
Upstairs.
Cards.
And just continues walking, leading you.
That's where my hat is.
I'm gonna look over at Kaz. Is he paying any attention?
Nope, he is face down in cards right now.
I feel bad. Is
Not
Kaz
0,
playing?
but very little.
Is Kaz playing with anyone else?
He did. He
4
did
other
give you the
people.
thumbs up before.
Yeah, 4 other people right now. Speaking of, Kaz, roll a d6. Tell me the number.
Does this work? Four.
Yummy.
There's 2 people at that table right now that look like they have a failing hand. You're kind of getting their tell signs right now. There's one person that seems to be on the same level with you right now. It's kind of like a small little version of poker that you're playing right now. You definitely got the other 2. You got them pegged for their bluff, but there's one that's It's a tabaxi, and he is just stone cold staring you down.
I will try to bluff, probably with a raise.
Okay.
Can I guess is a bluff like an intimidation?
Yeah, roll an intimidation check. Okay. Yeah, you smack down like a heavy, like you put down a lot of coin and you slide it into the pack like it's no big deal. And he just stares you down, but you see like at the last second when you're kind of like, fuck, you might have a better hand than me. You see like this bead of sweat just roll down like one side. Kind of weird for a Tabaxi, but you catch it just real quick before it disappears into the fur. And you're like, let's find out. Morn, you are at the bottom of the stairs, and she is just talking to you, and she's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, the problem is a gnome's not Morn's type. That being said, she has said some things that Morn finds attractive. And so, what I'm going to say, I'm going to roll a d20, and a 1 through 7, I'll go up the stairs. I'm going to pass.
Okay, yeah. She gets you to the bottom of the stairs, and Morn just stops. What's wrong? You don't want to go out and battle it out upstairs?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not interested.
Oh, that's fine.
But the
Do you
drink
like him a
was-
Do you like
the
him a
drink was
little bit
very-
bigger?
That,
Oh, that's fine.
that does help.
Brunilde,
It's not you, it's me.
and
Brunilde.
you hear her yell out name Brunilde, and you turn around, and 7'2" Goliath standing behind you.
Oh shit.
Can I help you? Is this one looking for a little bit more of a promise?
7'2" Goliath. No,
And
I
she's-
think Morn at this point's already said I'm going back to talk to Kaz.
Yeah, no, it's just they're kind of being a little like that. If you've ever been to a strip club, that semi pushy, yeah,
They're on the hard sell, but
yeah.
Not
It's not to the
Morn-
point where it's like too much, but it's definitely they can sense weakness when they sense it, and they're all over.
They can, yeah, Morn, they can tell I just don't go to these kind of places,
Exactly.
and I'm just not ready to take the next step.
Yeah.
So
Do you looking for a little bit more of a rough and tumble? And she actually like flexes in front of you.
I need to get back to my friend.
Well,
I'm gonna.
if you need or want any more fun, and she like grabs your bicep and squeezes it kind of hard. Just
I do
come
flex.
for me.
I flex my bicep.
And she kind of gives you like a little wink and then like flexes at the same time. It's like a double flex. Like you're flexing your bicep, and she's like flexing on your bicep, like gripping it.
damn.
I'm gonna like awkwardly kind of pull it away. But then I'm gonna start walking toward Kaz, and then I'm gonna take a.
She crushes the watermelon between her thighs as you walk away.
Yeah.
I will take one. About 2/3 of the way back to Kaz, I'll take one glance back at her.
She's just staring at you, just staring at you.
I look away.
Okay.
And I sit with Kaz, and I don't have any drinks with me. I just sit down.
Oh, I think you had grabbed the drinks.
No,
Did
I
you?
left them.
Did you? Okay. You just so you get you're
I look totally distracted. I show up to Kaz, and I just kind of sit down, just kind of looking both ways, and
roll another d6. Okay. Roll a perception check real quick.
There we go,
That's
Kaz.
This person slides 50 gold into the pot and just stares you down.
I'll call it.
Okay. You guys fold hands. You beat him with the flush, basically, to an extent. And he looks pissed.
I was gonna say, does he look mad?
Yeah, he looks pretty pissed.
Disappointed, or does he look mad?
Just disappointed, not like mad. It's more of a, you can tell he's probably been running this table all night, and now somebody finally beat him.
And he's just like, fuck.
So
But,
you
like-
actually, you won 260 gold.
Nicely done.
And as you're gathering your little pouch, you turn around and you just see Morn just like kind of semi-sulking behind you.
Hey, did
No, I'm just
you find what you're looking for? I don't really know how to ask what I'm trying to ask.
I thought you were going to teach me to play cards.
Yeah, we can.
That's why we're here, right?
A seat just opened up.
Yeah, I'll take the seat.
Okay. Okay. So each of you guys roll a d6 as the cards are being dealt to you. It is 5 gold in right now.
5 gold. Let me make sure I have 5 gold. Oh, I have more than I thought. Oh, that's a lot. I'm gonna put 3 gold out on the counter. Is this enough?
2 more gold, sir. 5.
Oh.
5 in.
Yeah, I put 2 more in.
Okay.
I roll d6, he said.
Yep. Okay. So there's 2 guys there. One human and an elf. A half-elven female. Very well dressed, very big billowing gown type deal. And they're looking at all of you. As you guys begin to hold your cards in hand, the elven female slides in 10 gold, whereas the human folds their hand right away. So it's just you 3. What do you do?
Yeah, what a shit pile.
I'll do 5 more to call.
Okay.
I'll just kind of try to inconspicuously look at Morn and suggest that he do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy Kaz. It's casted. I'm gonna do it. There's 5 gold, right?
Yep.
I'll slowly
Okay.
count out 5 gold.
The half-elven female smiles.
I like put my stack next to Kaz to make sure they're the same height.
She pulls another card. So each one of you guys roll another d6.
Going for 3 of a kind.
Okay. Roll perception checks, both of you.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. Well,
Yeah,
It's not
actually, so you
if it's
roll
not
at
related to the game, I'll roll it.
yeah, you roll at disadvantage.
So is it, we want perception or insight?
Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry, that would be insight because you guys are rolling to see. No, it makes sense. That makes sense. So actually, roll again, Morn.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally
know.
gonna copy. I'm gonna copy what Kaz does.
I know. So it's roll insight with disadvantage, and then Kaz will roll just straight. Damn. One more time, Kat or Morn. Damn. Damn.
I'm picking up on something.
So you're kind of like looking back and forth between Kaz and this female, and Kaz is kind of like shooting her glances. She's shooting him back glance or her back glances, and you're just watching almost like this battle of wits. And you're just kind of like, I have no idea what's going on. And you're sitting there watching, and every time that Kaz seems to like lean away or do something, and he doesn't catch it, but you notice that she like quick glances down towards her cards and looks kind of like worried and like looks back up, and you're not really, you don't really know what it means, but you're like, That doesn't look good. I don't think that looks good. And then she looks at you and kind of gives you like a smirk and a smile. And you can tell she probably has a good hand. Probably better than yours. But you're not sure. She looks pretty confident. Kaz,
Yeah.
you're having a hard time beating her down. And she looks pretty confident.
I'm gonna stare directly at her.
Okay. Make
Full on
a
confidence.
full on confidence, okay?
Mhm.
Make your last D6. Okay. She slides 40 gold into the pot.
I'm gonna look at Kaz like I don't have that much. What do I do?
I will put in 80, and I'll give Morn 40
Okay.
of mine.
So roll insight.
So
both.
I'll put in. So I'll double her bet to raise her
Yeah, so
40,
she put
and
in.
I'll just give Morn enough to call.
Okay. So roll insight, both of you. Morn at disadvantage. I'm gonna laugh if he rolls high again. Here we go.
Nope.
Here we
God damn.
go. Here we go.
Those are the kind of rolls I was looking for.
There we go. I don't.
That's more than like a 5 on a dice roll.
Shit.
Morn, you are. Morn is confused. You're like have no idea what's going on right now.
Well, I don't even know what Kaz did. I didn't put any money in the pot.
Yeah, I know. You just watched him put a ton of money in, and you're just like,
Like I can't do that. So I'm just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there like I think I'm done.
yeah. So you're not even sure what's going on.
No.
And Kaz, you haven't. She looks really confident, and you're not really sure what's going on. So she folds her cards and lays them down, and it looks like a winning hand. Morn, you fold yours. You have no idea what's going on, but she beat you. Kaz, you roll yours, and you just barely beat her. And take the winnings once again.
Oof.
She looks frustrated, but she stands up and walks away and kind of gives you a nod. So you get 80 plus 40 plus 40 plus 20, and then the pot was 60.
God damn.
And I'll just kind of tell Morn. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Why you got all that gold? Wow.
And I'll give Morn whatever he put in, right? Like
it was-
whatever he lost. I'll
I
it
would
was
have
like
lost.
5 gold.
I think I lost 8.
Yeah.
I think I lost 10 gold.
Yeah.
I put in 5 twice.
Okay.
So as we go, I don't think you would be allowed to do it on paper, but I'll try my best to make note of what each hands were, so that when we leave, I can explain to Morn kind of who did what and why as we head back.
And on your way out your door, there are 2 elven males and 1 male, like human male, that like rub up on you and try and get you to stay, Kaz. Oh, please, why are you leaving so early in the night?
Mm.
No, don't me. Stay, have a drink.
No.
No?
Marnell, she is a good kisser.
Oh, you would know. If you want, he can join. It's totally fine.
I got what I came here for already.
Oh, one of the others have helped you?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's good. Well,
Yeah,
please, come back again. Your friend, too. I like them big and strong sometimes.
Yeah, this is my bodyguard as I walk across town.
Oh, I like. And he like slaps you on the back of your like lower back and like kind of like does that weird like that creepy like grabs your shoulder and kind of like flexes on your upper portion here. Yes, I can see why.
Lauren checks to see how puny this guy is.
He's like half your size.
Yeah.
He's like he looks like Ping kind of.
I kind of just look. I kind of just look over and look down at him, like disappointedly, because he's weak. And then I'm gonna.
Damn.
He looks up at you and kind of gives you a smirk. He can definitely probably didn't get that reading from you. So
I'm gonna follow toward Kaz.
okay, you guys leave.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys make your way out into the late night hours of the streets.
It
As
was
you guys
only a
be-
matter of time before the concubines came out.
I mean, oh, 1 minute, guys. I have a little one.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. He wants to try more of those drinks. Is she a flashlight basically for someone as big as him? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. By the way, Kaz, you wouldn't have seen Morn, or more, you would have seen Morn. He wasn't very protective of his money. You would have seen that he lost about half of his money playing that card game. So he's happy to have it back.
Alright. Sorry about that. Alright. We all back or not so much?
Back.
Yep, all here.
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys make your way out into the street nights of Jupiter, and you begin to make your way home. Unless you're heading anywhere else.
Nah.
You
Yeah, I
guys
think
make your
so.
way to a cold, or not cold, but a very a dark, semi-lit house as you guys make your way to your bedrooms. Morn to your your wooden type landscape room. with the hammock, and to Kaz to your little dungeony little room.
Cave, little cave.
Alyssa and Ping, you guys had been shown to the guest quarters and given separate rooms as well.
She'd be pretending to sleep. She has no intention to sleep yet.
Yeah. So everybody in the house is asleep at this point. Alyssa, is there anything you want to do at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is.
What would you like to do?
I want to, first of all, before I head outside the room, I want to turn invisible.
So with a turn of the ring, you vanish out of sight.
Mm-hmm. Then I want to, as quietly as possible, leave the house.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. And that was, with advantage. Because of because of the ring. And you make your way from the house easily. What are you doing?
I want to wander around until I find the alchemists or something resembling of that.
Okay. So that would be okay. You make your way for. Actually, make a perception check.
Okay.
It takes you the better part of the morning to find one, but it's probably around 4 or 5 a.m. And you do find a alchemist store of some sort. It is a building covered in vines and like plant life all around it. It reads the Cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
And the lights seem to be off right now.
Okay. I want to do a perimeter check, tugging on any of the windows, seeing if they're unlocked.
Okay. Make a investigation check.
Okay.
All of the windows and doors so far seem locked.
Okay.
That you can get to. There's a second story, but it's kind of out of reach.
I'll climb up there and do a perimeter check of the second floor then.
The far side window is open. So if you're staring at the front of the building, there's a window there. That's locked, and then you go around to like the right side, locked, back side locked. And the far right side is it's open ajar.
Okay. I'll climb up to it and I'll peek inside.
Okay. Below you see a half elven female sleeping on a bed.
All right. Gonna climb up and climb into the window.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Oh boy. Fucking ninja!
God damn.
You. It's okay, so now make a dexterity check.
Straight dex.
Just straight dex.
Man's is on fire.
Okay. It takes you a little bit, but you're able to wiggle through quietly. You you get your feet down, and you actually put like one bed on top of the bed frame and the other one on the other side, and you kind of like lower yourself in.
One
foot on top of the bed frame.
Yeah, and you're like standing on top of like the bed or the bed posts, and you're like holding yourself against the window and like slowly lowering yourself to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you're in some kind of like living space.
Living space of the store.
Yep.
All right, I want to. There's no like stuff on sale for in here, right?
Or you're in the top layer.
Yeah.
It looks like there is some things in here that she like. It's her upper room. So you don't see anything within the immediate sight. It looks like like a living room, and kind of like a small built-in kitchen type deal.
Yeah.
There is some doors for maybe some other rooms.
Yeah,
Or the stairs.
I'll attempt to find the ground. Yeah, I'll head down to the ground level.
Okay. Make an investigation check again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You have a rough time. Takes you a while. You can start to see the sun coming up in the distance. It's not quite up. You just see like it's like that dusk or dawn type area. But you do manage to find the door after you're looking in several doors. There's one that was led to almost like an excess or storage area. And then there's another room that seems to be a bathroom, and then there was another room for something else. But you do find the doors to the stairs eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll head down, noticing the sun up, kind of going quickly, but still maintaining stealth.
Yep. Easy enough. You make your way down to the main floor. So you're on the main floor right now, staring at all of the wares.
All right, knowing that I don't have a lot of time, I'll just go to the closest shelf and start shoveling not shoveling, but like, because these are glass bottles, they'll break, but I'll just start snagging as many vials of potions, liquor, whatever in there as possible.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You feel like you're being stealthy-ish. There's a couple of times where you kind of picking up the bottles in a rush, knowing the sun's coming up. You try to do two at a time, and you clink the bottles together a little bit, and you think that you hear movement upstairs, and you're not sure, so you slow down a little bit more, and you manage to start. You grab a couple more bottles. The sun is now starting to come up, and you do begin to hear a lot of movement upstairs.
Yep. I'll make my way to the front door.
Okay.
I assume it can be like locked from the inside, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll very quietly unlock it and slip outside.
Make another stealth check.
Baby, please. Yes.
Wow.
And out the door.
All right, and I'll head home. I'll identify those later.
Okay.
How many vials did I grab?
You managed to get 6 vials of stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Alyssa happily skips home stealthily,
Invisible. No.
invisibly, and you manage to make your way back to the house later in the morning as everybody in the house is just slowly starting to rise. And that's where we'll end our episode.
Woo. Got out of the fucking swamp.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys were in there for like 4 sessions?
That was a long time.
Yeah,
it
it's
was a
forever.
while.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
You
much
guys
the
were- you
session,
guys were in
pretty
there
much
for-
the session after Kaylin died. It feels like.
Yeah, you
I
guys
think
were
it
in there for a while.
No, there was like a session in between us. In between that and then us getting.
Yeah, there was the session of exploring, and then there was the session
yeah,
of
I
going
know, right?
into the temple, and then there was the session of escaping the temple, and then there was the session of we had like 3 sessions at the fort. That's at least 6.
Yeah. Something like that. Damn.
Whenever Kaz and Morn go get drinks, that means it's been a while.
Yeah, true.
Thank you all for coming.
Yes, thank you once again,
Thank you for
everybody.
hanging out, stream. We will.
Find another stream, bombard them, hit them up, have fun. We appreciate you.
Boop, boop. We will see you
Um,
next week.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Is it Wednesday yet?